Picture, if you will, a time beyond ourselves. A world where the minds of the brood run wild and rampant. Where the ideas and dreams of a small but powerful group of people change the fate of a Wednesday night entirely. If you've pictured this, then you're pretty close. But don't you dare come any closer, or you may fall into Tales from the Brood. Good evening, broodlings. Tonight, we have a special treat for you. For the first time, we dive into untold depth as we ransack the minds of you, the stream, and allow ourselves to play, dance, and sing along to the hunky-dory within the confines of our mind grapes. Tonight, we take a stroll into 3 distinct worlds, 3 vignettes complete with terror, fear, and a swamp monster. A group of friends who underestimate the emotional instability of a farmer. 3 children who get more than they bargained for, and a camp suffering from a horrible past. Join us tonight as we dive into these stories with Tales from the Brood. This first story shows us how a small insult sometimes goes a long way. In Ignorance by David Johns.
Hello, everybody. My name is Justin Thomas James from the INVICTUS stream, and I just wanted to let you know, a bit of an announcement here, that this weekend, myself, Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and Alex Guthrie are going to be driving, that's right, driving, road trip style, down south, all the way to Florida.
Yeah!
That's right, where we're going to be
soak
advising.
up some of that sun.
You know what we're doing, though?
No.
Not just soaking up sun.
Where are we going?
We got an email from AMC, you know, the TV production
Oh my god.
channel.
Yeah.
They want to film our game of Numenera. They've got actors and everything.
No.
And they're filming in Florida.
What?
You're kidding me.
So we've been called down.
great.
We're not going to be playing ourselves because, let's be honest, we can't act.
Well, I can
But
play myself, but that's okay.
You could play yourself, yeah. Maybe we'll be like extras. But
I
yeah,
can't
so we're
act.
going down there, and we're going to be advising. We're going to be telling people like, "Oh, I don't know if Pivot would do that," you know.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
You know, Belshazzar is actually a girl.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I kind of think that this is something that we just shouldn't gloat about, Justin.
you're right. You're right. I'm just excited. I'm sorry. So, anyways, the reason I'm bringing this up is that if you happen to be in Florida this weekend, this is where we're going to be staying. We're going to be staying at the Bellefonte Hotel, and we're going to be having a big party there. So then you're more than welcome to join us. All right. So
You know what? You come down, I'm going to buy you a beer. I promise.
Harlan
Yeah.
will buy you a beer. Will you buy me a beer?
No, with Alex's credit card.
Absolutely. Buy everybody on the stream who shows up a beer. You know what?
That's going to be
There's
great.
nothing that's going to stop us.
Make sure you leave a comment in the Discord about what kind of beer you drink, and it better not be non-alcoholic. All right, well, that's it, everybody. That's all that I had for the announcement today. We will see you in Florida.
See you in Florida, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
It's a beautiful, beautiful summer day, or a spring day, actually. Or is it summer? One of these days. And you pack up your car, and it's a blue Honda Civic. I'm driving, and we've got everything in the car that we need. We managed to lower one of the seats so that we could fit more in. And I'm driving because it's stick shift. And do you guys drive stick?
No, I don't
do.
even know how to.
Yep. So
But
you and me,
yeah.
Justin, we're sharing responsibility.
Hey, yeah.
So Harlan gets to relax in the back. So
But you know
we
what
leave.
Harlan's doing.
I'm grabbing a beer, actually. For
Harlan?
rarity down in the States, I reach over and I crack one that we've had, and I open it up.
And not only that, I turn to Harlan, who's sitting in the back seat, and I say, Harlan, you're also in charge of music. And I toss him the iPad. With a long cord.
Phil Collins, Phil Collins, Phil Collins, Phil Collins.
Oh, then I immediately regret it, and I look at this.
I do like Phil Collins, but maybe not this much.
No. One more Phil Collins song. Please, guys.
Well, okay, fine. But keep it down. We got to get through border security. So we get through the border, and we keep on driving down, and we drive through... What are the states down there?
New York.
Ohio.
Buffalo. We go down Buffalo. Here, let me pull up a map.
Buffalo's the city. Is it? No, it's a state.
It's in Michigan though. Michigan.
No, Buffalo, New York. New York.
Ah, okay. So
Ohio.
we're taking the New York, Pennsylvania,
Virginia.
I think we want to take the I-95.
Nice.
You want to take the I-95 to Florida?
South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Okay, well, you guys just tell me where to go
That's way bad.
I've got my eyes on the road.
We're gonna take the East Coast.
We're gonna take the East Coast. That's gonna take so long.
No, not like super coast. Like we're gonna go because we're swinging down through. I think we should do Michigan. You're saying Buffalo, Alex?
Yeah.
Fine. So Buffalo down to Pennsylvania, West Virginia to Virginia, into North Carolina to South Carolina to Georgia to Florida.
Okay,
Bingo.
that sounds good. So we get to Pittsburgh around noon. And we stop. We get some lunch. We're shooting the shit. Listening to... What are we listening to now?
I've done Phil Collins. I'm putting on a little bit of ELO. I love ELO. Don't bring me down. Roosh.
They're saying Bruce there.
I go roosh. Like rush.
We all say
weird.
something different there.
And I point at you. I say, "Did you say roosh?" Because I'm saying roosh.
I said Bruce, as I say to you.
Pittsburgh is gorgeous, by the way.
The burger shop.
It is.
We're at a burger shop, right? Aren't we?
Yeah, we're at a burger shop.
Red meat.
I don't get why they call it the armpit. Really? Oh, it's the name Pittsburgh. That makes sense.
You got some ketchup on your shirt there, Harlan.
Oh,
there we go. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So it's all fun and games, and we're all laughing and having a great time. We get back in the car, and we continue driving south. We go past Pittsburgh, and we head down into West Virginia.
Well, now that we're here, we're driving south, Justin.
John Denver.
South.
We are driving south. Oh, has the music changed?
Have to. Born and bang, West Virginia.
Oh, yeah, I guess we do have
to. Rolling like a friggin'
river. Shenandoah River. That's
Shenandoah River.
That's it.
So we head down past Morgantown, West Virginia, head down the I-79, head up the... We're going down the I-79 towards Charleston. We get just past Sutton. And I got to tell you, it is a hot day.
It is so
hot.
goddamn hot. And I'm only talking in a southern
sweater.
I'm only talking in a southern accent since we got down south West Virginia.
Guys,
are you sure that's a good idea down here? I don't know, like...
What do you mean? Like I'm gonna piss off some ignorant farmer?
Yeah,
it is.
We might. I'm just extra careful driving down here. Just
mind you, they have ignorant farmers.
Listen,
but did you just realize something? That we're wearing the exact same things that we were wearing on the stream that night that you.
No, I'll say this is a different show.
Oh my god,
Foghorn Leghorn, eh?
Well, that's what I do. That's what I say.
Whoa! Hold up.
What?
And I'm easing on the brakes slightly as we're going down the highway. And
we're not going to make very good speed like that, Justin.
Well, look. And we round a bend, and you see red lights, tail lights, as lots of traffic.
Oh.
And it doesn't seem to be moving. We're sitting there listening to John Denver song after John Denver song.
No, it's just "Take Me Home, Country Roads" on repeat. It's just the one. We listened
to it about 20 times, and by the 20th time, I've had enough. I'm like, okay, I got to get out. I got to see what's up.
I got to take a piss, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Me too.
And I shake an empty beer can because I've been drinking secretly in the back, not having to drive. And I get out and I say, "But that's what they do down here in the South. They drink and drive. I think that's a thing, isn't it?"
And there's people behind us, there's people in front of us, and you can hear people honking. Everybody's got their windows down. You can see one guy with a snake tattoo on his arm. He looks out of his rusty pickup truck window at you, spits on the ground, and doesn't shake eye contact.
I kind of eye him up and down and say, because I'm drunk a little bit, and I'm like, well, howdy.
He rolls up his window slowly.
And I see this, and I know Harlan, and I know when he's had a few drinks, he gets kind of mouthy.
Apparently.
You missed my wife's party there last weekend, Justin. Harlan was a little mouthy to me, although I don't know if he remembers it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm standing in the passenger door, and I've got the door open. I'm peeing onto the ground, but towards the door, and I see Harlan, so I kind of walk around the car, and I say, Harlan, like, you can't just go around saying shit like that. You're gonna get shot. They have guns down here.
They have guns up in Canada too, dude. It's just, you don't get shot as much.
The police do. Yeah, but
everybody
has a gun down here.
All right, fine. And I do like a really, really exaggerated like curtsy to the man, like, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
I shake my head, and I'm more concerned with the traffic on the road myself. I say, hey guys, I'm gonna stay with the car. Could you just like jog down, a couple cars and see what's the holdup?
Yeah, and I walk to the side of the road and I pull a stalk and I put it between my teeth like a farmer's, And I turn out and say, let's go on home, let's go look.
Oh, fuck. I look at Harlan, I look at Justin, and I say, you stay on that side of the road. I'm just going to keep an eye on you, and I'm going to stay on this side of the road, and we'll both head down a bit.
All right. Okay. And I take the stock out and I toss it over to the side, and I'm like kind of sobering up as like I realize people are just like sitting there like looking at me.
All right, so I want you guys to do a logic roll as you get up close. It's hard to see. There's so many cars in front of us that it's hard to see the exact cause of the
success
accident. Success.
We have to get under, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's a D6?
Yep.
Also a success. Yes.
All right.
Excellent.
So you both can see that down the road there is looks like maybe a pickup truck. It's hard to tell from here because you are far away and the heat of the sun is creating an illusion in the haze. But you think you can see smoke rising from the front of a car.
Oh shit, looks like somebody had a breakdown.
And I get serious all of a sudden. I'm like, oh shit. And I start walking up to it with Alex. I'm like, do you think that's a breakdown or like a fire?
Well, judging by the smoke, maybe I should roll for it. What is it? What does it look like?
You can tell it's a breakdown. It's pretty easy once you get there.
It's like steam.
Okay. And you get up close and you stop because you see the people that are around it. It doesn't look like people are really trying to help. There's about 6 rows of cars back that don't seem to be really doing anything. They're just sitting there. They're empty. You see a couple people are out on the road and drinking some beer. And you see one black pickup truck with the Confederate flag bumper sticker, and you can see a man leaning up against it. He's got a big rimmed hat, and he's wearing sunglasses, and he looks right at you. And it doesn't look like you're able to really get past them, but he
doesn't faze me. I kind of just look at him. I'm like, is everything all right? Is something going on with him?
Yeah, and at this point, I walk towards Harlan too. So now I'm beside Harlan.
I put my arm around Alex. No.
Put my arm around Harlan.
Brother!
Hi.
Just a breakdown. You guys might want to take the back roads from here on. Get back down and on the highway in Charleston.
Is there nothing that we can do? Just a regular breakdown? The whole highway's backed up?
Whole highway's backed up.
Jesus. Are you...
Well,
how do you...
Maybe... Is it who's... It's not his truck, is it?
The truck that is broken down is like a rusty beater pickup truck, and it's not his. No.
No. How far away is that truck?
Just 2 cars ahead.
Oh.
I kind of looked at Alex. I kind of turn around like we're walking around. I'm kind of like, why is this guy the fucking authority on what we can and cannot do?
Yeah. So I say, yeah, we might just take your advice. And then I kind of walk around him, scoot around him, and walk up to the car that's broken down.
So as you're getting in, there's actually a lot of people in between the cars here. And the hairs stand up on the back of your neck as you kind of push by them, and you feel all the heads turning towards you as you push through the crowd and get to the front.
What seems to be the problem here? I say, kind of like that, in it, kind of a laughing, joking manner. Is your car broken down? Is there any way I can help? I mean, I'm not super handy.
And I'm playing a lot more timidly, like kind of like.
There's a middle-aged man with a scrubby beard just sitting on the hood of the car. That's got the hood up. He's just sitting on the front bumper, and he hops off, and he pats someone kind of like on the chest, like as he's walking by to get their attention, and he kind of gestures towards you, and the other person turns, and their eyes go wide for just a second, and then his face relaxes, and he says, "Yep, car broke down, backed up the whole highway. Guess we're gonna have to wait for the AAA to get here and help us out, because ain't nothing I can do about this." And he's holding a wrench, and he just kind of taps the top of the head.
Yeah, looks like you're really working out there. Look, we just want to get through. There's obviously a lot more people here. We could all move the truck off the road.
Yeah, we could help you. We could just help you.
And I'll roll a charisma on that, or a
drop
social,
it neutral,
and I fail.
Sure. Ain't nobody gonna be moving my truck.
Okay.
Now you want to get moving, you take the exit, get off here, take the back roads down to Charleston. There you'll be able to get back on the I-77 down there.
You guys, is it a toll road, or are you guys getting paid to recommend it or something? That's the second person that...
And I kind of nudge Harlan's shoulder. Maybe just, I don't know, this seems kind of odd. Maybe we shouldn't... I say this in Harlan's ear. I say, maybe we shouldn't piss these people off. I mean, this is kind of why, like, I don't know why he doesn't want us to move his truck, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
It seems kind of stupid to me.
So I pull out my map, and I kind of, like, spread it down over the hood of his car, and I'm like, all right, so here's where we are. Where's the back road exactly?
So when you were in the car where you left me, there's an exit leading off to the side that you could take, and it's leading off to a town called Huxley. You can see on the map. Small town, maybe about 10 kilometers down the road before jogging back down south, and then the south road will connect you back up to...
All right. And I kind of look around at, are there any other connecting roads?
No, it's just the one.
All right, thanks, man. I kind of fold it up, and I'm like, you know what? I think we're just gonna head back the way we came and stay in a hotel tonight. But thank you, and I start walking away.
Yeah.
And I say to Alex, I'm like, I don't want them to know that we're gonna be taking this back road. Something here seems fucky.
Yeah, you absolutely have that right.
So you get back to the car, and you get back inside, and I say, so, what's the deal? What's up?
I don't know, man. Like, we were walking up there, and this one dude, like, stopped us and was like, can't go any further, take a back road. And then we're like,
and he had a Confederate fucking thing on his bumper.
Yeah, which is always like...
kind of uncomfortable around those people.
Does it always mean something? I don't know. You're right. It's kind of ignorant in my opinion, but I mean, it doesn't really...
Yeah, and then we walked around and we went to the thing, and there's a crowd of people, and then that dude... Did you see him, Alex? He wasn't even like... He's like literally like this, Justin. He was like, oh, I can't fix it. And he like banged his wrench on it like... It was almost like it was like bullshit. It was very dickish.
And then the weird thing is he's like, well, no, you can't move it. Nobody's touching my truck. So he wouldn't even let us push it out of the way.
Yeah, something seems fucky.
Oh man,
I don't know.
that's messed up. I don't
They
know why
suggested-
the state troopers haven't arrived yet.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I don't know. For all we know, they might have Confederate flags on the backs of their windshields as well.
Actually, and that being said, I pull out my cell phone. Do I have reception?
You do from here.
Excellent. Well, maybe. Do you think we should call?
No,
Like the police or something?
No, let's not worry about it. Look, we're heading down.
know what?
I don't really want to backtrack.
There's an exit right here, Harlan. You've got the map, right?
Yeah. And I stretch it out and I show you where he pointed.
Well, why don't we just take this exit? I actually prefer taking back roads anyways.
I'm actually with that too.
That's
It is
true.
beautiful.
Yeah,
down here.
I'm like that too. You can usually whip pretty fast and not have to worry about traffic.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting off here. So
I don't know. Just the fact that the dude recommended it made me feel uncomfortable, but whatever. Let's do it.
What? Obviously, their truck's broken down. What are they gonna?
You saw
Chase
Deliverance.
us?
Do you remember Deliverance, Justin? When we were.
I do remember Deliverance.
Do you remember? And I turned to Alex and I say, Alex, when Justin and Chris and I went camping, we stayed at the cottage the night before we left. I'm not even kidding. And I made them watch Deliverance right before we left camping because we were going portaging.
Yeah.
Squeal like a pig, boy.
Squeal like a pig.
I'll be Burt Russell.
Burt Russell. Burt Reynolds.
Reynolds.
That's the one.
Kurt
That's
Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Burt Russell. You're like my
I'm
mom.
role playing, guys.
That's
I'm
so
role playing.
cute. Send me a text, Max, will you?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's cute. But I
we're
do.
driving.
But the idea does come, and something was fucked up, and I'm kind of like, yo, just out of curiosity, do you have like a?
Yeah, but it's a movie, Harlan. That's just a movie.
I'm just saying, do you have like a baseball bat in the car, or like a tire iron or something? Just cause.
We got a tire iron for sure, but it's buried under all of our crap.
Well, I have my pocket
And-
knife, and I pull out my pocket knife, and I'm like, I know it's stupid, but honestly, even if I'm at the mall, I keep this thing in my fucking pocket because I would rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
when I come down to the States, I'm always like, I don't know, like I'm nervous, and maybe it's just because I am like in a different country or whatever. But I mean, and
Same.
all the stuff that you see on the news, I'm just kind of like, oh, sometimes. But it's always fine. It is always fine. When I moved out to Calgary,
You know what? I
drove
know,
and
but
totally fine.
I have enough knives. I have my Jack Green boot knife as well too in my pack. And this is true. Even if I'm going like to the cottage, I'll have like a backpack in the front seat with me where I'll have like my iPod, a charger. I'll usually have a knife in there. I'm not even kidding. Just because I have so many of them that I usually like to keep one. I never think of it for this reason, but now with this scenario, I probably would have it.
Perfect. Sounds good. And so we're driving along, and Alex, you look outside, and it is absolutely beautiful. And my Honda Civic has air conditioning, so we're not really all that hot right now. But you
I'm
see-
hot.
You're still hot?
No,
You're
I'm
hot?
hot. Let's see.
Oh, I see.
I'm waiting
Okay.
to pass some ladies. Don't tell my wife.
The wheat fields for miles, and West Virginia is a beautiful, beautiful state.
It is.
And the farms are all over. Lots and lots of farms. Once you get past the trees that are lining the interstate, wheat fields.
You know, I kind of look at Harlan in the back, and I look at Justin beside me, and I say, you know what? I'm kind of glad that we got detoured. This is beautiful.
Me
You know,
too.
Rolling
Yeah.
hills.
Me too.
This
My
is-
mom
we're
would
just
always
moving
take
along.
detours when I was a kid. We'd always take detours to like the cottage and stuff. And
Yeah.
it was always the best.
My mom would always
Yeah.
hit me. I'm just kidding. she's your mom too, buddy.
You just had to ruin a nice moment.
Well, she probably did hit you.
So we're driving along, we're laughing, and we just pass a sign that says "Welcome to Huxley, population 304." When I swerve, and
Whoa!
we hear a big pop as the car, begins doing that, shakes, and we go off to the side of the road.
Jesus Christ.
I've
You
actually
guys all
never
right?
had- Yeah. I've never had a flat tire, and surprisingly, that was not as bad as I was expecting.
No, but scary. That scared the shit out of me. I was talking about
Yeah.
getting hit by mom, and then I heard a big smack. I thought she hit me from like beyond the grave. Not that she's
Well, I
dead.
thought it was. I thought. No, that's just- Harlan.
She's not.
God. I thought it was a gun.
I get out of the
Maybe
car.
Getting shot at.
I get out of the car almost immediately. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, same here.
And I go look at the
And,
tire.
You go look at the tire, and it's just demolished.
Whoa.
And we swerved a lot, actually. And you actually see a few of the lug nuts have snapped.
Oh, fuck.
They're just rolling around on the asphalt.
Man, how does that happen? That's got to be a lot of, like, torque or some shit, right?
Lots of, yeah, a lot of torque.
Mr. Machine! I'm Mr. Machine.
Brutal. I have never. Now, so looking at the tire, is the tire even popped?
Oh yeah, the tire is.
And the whole wheel is off the
The whole wheel. It looks like it's a bit.
Yo, but that means we can't even put the fucking spare on.
I know. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was just.
Oh no! But that means we can't put the spare on. I'm having a good time because it's a beautiful sunny
and
day.
like limp it to town or something. But,
Okay, well look. Huxley. The sign for Huxley just appeared. They don't put that more than like what 5 miles out of town. Like
Yeah.
It's got to be within even a mile, probably. Not even.
Okay.
I mean, this is the town.
For capable people, I pull up my phone. Any reception?
No.
Mm.
Oh, of course. Oh, now we don't have any reception. Now, oh fuck. Now,
Whoa, Alex.
and I drop my phone.
I might need that later.
I go walk down the road a little bit just to see if anything maybe got with a natural one on a D6.
Wow, the odds of that are like 1 in 6.
This is a logic roll.
Yeah, I want to see like something seems fucky to me, and I'm walking down the road and I kind of look just a bit back to where it popped, maybe.
Yeah, you walk back to where it popped, and you see the tire marks as I slammed on the brakes and burned some rubber. But you don't see anything on the road that would have indicated busting a tire.
With a natural 1, I don't see that.
You don't see anything. But something occurs to you with a natural 1. And you walk back to the tire.
Yeah, I take a look at that next.
And you take a look at it. And the side of the tire looks like it just exploded. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens because of the heat. But something does seem strange about it. You're right.
What's he looking at, Justin? What do you see there, Harlan?
Give me a fucking dog treat and I'll tell you. And I look at the side, I'm like, doesn't this seem fucked up? Like, they don't normally pop there, do they?
Well, I mean, if there's enough pressure on it, if I
But we were just driving along. You
filled it
didn't,
before I left.
no, you didn't do anything.
Anybody come by the car while we were down in that traffic jam?
That's a bit neurotic.
I wasn't really paying attention, but I don't. There were people walking past. Yeah.
No, whatever. Look, I go to the front seat. I go for my bag, and I grab it. But I take out the boot knife and I slip it into my sock, like sort of around my ankle. I do it. They can see it if you guys are curious. But like I kind of strap it to my leg, and then I put my pocket knife in my pocket, and I stand up and I put the bag on my back.
You better be careful.
You know what?
You know what?
You know what?
Well, people carry guns down here. I think it's only fair.
I am honestly not talking about that. I'm talking about I don't know if fucking bears are around here.
Right.
I don't know anything. And you know what? If we get there and there's like a gas can that needs to be cut open, I'd rather fucking have my knife.
Fair enough.
I agree.
I grab a couple empty bottles of water. Do you have a spare gas tank?
Jerry can?
Jerry can?
Do I have a jerry can? No.
No, you know what's fine. If there's a gas station, they'll sell them.
I grab a couple of bottles of water anyways, empty or full.
There is, hey guys.
Yeah.
Gesture. And we're kind of sitting on top of a hill. And there's just rolling hills and rolling fields of wheat. But in the distance, we can see there are actually power lines coming from the interstate and going along the side of the road. And the power lines veer off, and we can see in the distance, on top of another hill, a farmhouse. not too far away.
Perfect.
Maybe a mile walk.
Not to mention, you know what? They're gonna have jerry cans and stuff too because they fill tractors and shit all the
Yeah,
time.
and a phone.
Yeah, they probably even have a tractor.
Do you think they'd have a phone in the countryside?
Hey, you know what? I just realized something. They may even have bolts. They may even have lug nuts for. I mean, these are pretty standard.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. They'd have to weld it on though.
You know what? Let's just get there and
bolts?
figure it out. I don't. It's only the afternoon, but I'd rather
Yeah, for sure. At least they can give us some direction.
So
I don't know.
grabbed
I'm
some
kind of
food.
nervous. I'm kind of nervous. You know.
Off of Alex's suggestion, we grabbed some food and we grabbed some water.
I grabbed a Cliff
and,
Bar, crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah, Harlan grabs a Cliff Bar, and we start making our way down the hill, down the road towards the farmhouse. The driveway is long, and it's a unfinished driveway, just 2 tire treads with a tuft of dry grass in the middle. And we walk up and we round some wheat and we're able to see the farmhouse in full view. And it's a cute little place. White, looks like it's meticulously painted. There's a white banister on a front porch. And on the porch we see a man sitting with overalls and a checkered shirt and dusty jeans, and he's got a white beard, he's smoking a pipe, and he rocks back and forth on his chair as we approach.
I look at Harlan and
I said, let me just take the lead here, buddy.
Crap. So
and I just do me, and I just say, hi, we broke down a little bit back there. I was just wondering if maybe you had a phone that we could use. You didn't have any reception, did you, Alex?
No.
Yeah.
Or some spare lug nuts.
Let's just get a phone first.
Well, we don't get too many visitors down these parts. Pleasure to meet you. My name's Gerald.
Hey, Gerald?
Yeah, we might be able to help you up. Virginia, can you get out here? We got visitors.
Virginia from you're just north of West Virginia. That's cool.
Well, we're in West Virginia, just like the state. In fact, some people think that's why we moved here, but it's not true because we've lived here our entire lives. And what'd you say is a problem with your car? Here, Virginia, these fine gentlemen need our assistance.
Nothing major.
Must have hit a pothole or something because the wheel just came right off. Blew the tire.
And I turn around and say, do you want to talk or do you want me to talk? Because ultimately...
I figure we're like here all together.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we are. But you know what,
Okay,
Alex?
okay.
This is just like we do in role-playing games. You always talk over me.
You're right.
No,
I do. We do that. I turn to the farmers and say, wait, I do that all the time.
It's fine. Yes, we're in a bit of trouble. Can we use your phone?
All right. Of course, you can use my phone, but we could also help you out. I mean, we got all the equipment needed here to get you into town, if that's what you're looking for. Where'd you say your car was?
Well, just down the road a little bit, and I kind of point the direction.
All right.
What's the vibe we're getting from this guy? I want to roll Insight, which doesn't exist in End of the World. But I get a natural 1, so whatever it is, I succeed. A natural 1.
Well, I see you have to say something. Empathy, charisma.
Yeah. Well, either way, 1 will succeed at any of them. So
this man is very, very calm. And it's almost like a grandfatherly calm. With your insight, though, you still did feel uneasy about him. It's the calmness is almost I don't know, it feels cold almost.
Yeah, and I kind of turn to the guys and I kind of give them an eye and I'm like, yeah, you seem awfully... No, you know what? Yeah, could I come inside and use your phone? And I kind of take a step up towards the porch.
Why, yes, of course. Now, would you like me to send my son down to your car and we can get it into town at least?
You know what? No. That's okay, actually.
All right.
We have friends that just live around the corner. And
no, really? Who are they? What are their names?
Oh.
I probably know them.
Well, he just moved here a few years ago, but it's Johnson, Eric Johnson.
Eric Johnson. Can't say I know the name too well. People come and go.
Well, he's an army boy actually. He's just on leave. I don't know how they call it, but he's on that.
Leave,
yeah.
Well, I'd never close my door to friends of an army man. Why don't you come inside? Come on in, bring your friends. And whose car is it?
That would be
it's mine, I say. And he says, well, I guess it'll be you using the phone then, eh?
No, I think we'll you know, he's my friend. You know what? But I wouldn't mind speaking to him. He's expecting my call, but then I can give it. We'll both go in.
All right. Well, come on in, all of you. Virginia, why don't you fetch some of your world-class pink lemonade, eh? Bring it out. It's a hot day. Come on in, fellas.
Now, my end of the word character sheet, I'm just going to say one of my negative drawbacks is that I'm too trusting. I'm going to play that up.
Yeah,
I am very trusting.
You are.
Pink lemonade? That sounds delicious.
And I'm going to whisper to like Alex or whoever, and I'm going to say, why is every fucking person who makes lemonade think that it's the God's greatest gift of lemonade? It's like, here's my wife's the best fucking lemonade in the world. It's like New York and pizza. Here's the best slice in New York. You know what? It's probably okay.
Yeah, okay. So you come in.
I'm working on my stand-up comedy routine. This and how terrible ice cream cones are. These are my stand-up comedy bits.
I want to hear the ice cream cone one after.
Oh, you'll hear it. Don't worry.
So you come inside, and the inside of the house is even more charming than the outside. There's a beautiful patterned rug on the floor. The walls have a antique-looking wallpaper that's perfectly maintained. There's a piano and a grandfather clock. Both look to be at least 100 years old. And you see some taxidermied animals that are tastefully done.
As we walk in, I look at Justin and Harlan. I kind of make this face.
Kind of like...
And I give them the same nod, and I point, and there's a painting on the wall where you'd expect like a picture of the Queen to be, like it's like framed and very like prominently displayed under like a wreath of potpourri or something. But it's John Wayne. It's a picture. It's a headshot of John Wayne.
The actor.
The actor, yeah. And they usher you in, and they say, please take a seat. And there's a lovely dining room set with a kitchen right next to it.
You know, I actually have to use the restroom if that's okay. Can I use that?
Wow, yes, of course. Just down the hall. Now, phone's just downstairs. Hey, why don't you? And I nod, Justin, and he leads me down the stairs as Virginia appears in front of you, Alex, with a tray of pink lemonade.
Oh, well, isn't that just so very sweet of you?
And I walk over and I'm looking between Justin and Alex, like, oh god, who should I go with?
I've already gone downstairs with.
Yeah, I walk back in with Alex because he's my brother. No offense, Justin.
Did you already go to the washroom?
No, I stop myself as she enters. Right, like I'm walking away and then I hear her say, "What?" And I'm like, and I walk back in. I'm like, oh, Alex, I forgot to tell you. Oh. And I take 2 glasses off her tray. I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much. Sorry, it's just it's a personal issue. Yeah, I have to talk to him, Virginia. Sorry. I'm sorry. I hate to be so rude. It's something. It's a man. It's my penis. It's something to do with my penis, Virginia. Can you give us a second, please?"
She doesn't say anything. She just gives you a look. Her face is blank, but she puts down the tray, and the glasses jingle as she puts it down with just a little bit of force. And she straightens and turns around and disappears into the...
And I kind of say as she's leaving, "Thank you for the lemonade."
Yeah, and I put the glasses down and I say, these people are weirdly calm about people that have broken down on the road. They are way too welcoming while at the same time somehow off-putting. Let's just get out of here.
Dude, fair enough. But let me ask you this. people show up at your door and they need some help. Are you not going to offer them a drink?
Yeah, but why
Or
should we...
are you ready with poison for whoever comes to your door?
I'm not saying these
says,
are poisoned. I'm
well, I get what you're saying, but don't be so worried. It's
you're right.
Some people being hospitable. Some lonely Canadians show up at the door.
What is the when we walked up to the door? What does the property look like? There's like the main house and like what, a barn or something?
Yeah, there's a barn. Looks like a tractor barn made of sheet metal, and you can see some tractors and some bits of machinery that have been extracted from different machines, and they're just sitting on the side collecting grass.
I'm doing a logic roll, and it's a 1, and I'm just looking at sort of the room and the way it's decorated and some of the pictures, and I'm sort of just using my neurotic mind to sort of... And I'm picturing myself very much as like Tom Hanks in The Burbs, where like everything appears to be fine, but he's like sort of letting his mind run rampant. And I'm looking at all the pictures and just seeing, do they have kids in the pictures and like all this kind of stuff? And is there anything that jumps out to you?
You see there are pictures with kids in them, smiling faces. There's a map of Huxley on the wall, and it shows like the property lines and where the town is. And you also see a router, and that jumps out to you.
Did he say that they have internet? And I pull out my phone. I pull my phone and I check the Wi-Fi.
And the Wi-Fi is active.
And I kind of look around for a computer.
How hard do you look around?
Well, just look. I kind of say, and I excuse myself, and I kind of lean out the thing, and I kind of look down the hall. Is she still watching?
Nope.
I turn back. I say, they have internet here. Where do you think they have a computer? They seem sort of out of touch for a computer.
Dude, it's 2018.
Okay, but then let me ask you this: if the guy has a computer and a router, he doesn't have a cell phone, especially in the country. Why would he be like, come inside, use the phone? Why would he be like, yeah, here's my phone? And why don't we have signal? Something seems off. I'm gonna look upstairs, and I go walking up the stairs.
Just as you get up,
and I say, Alex, come with me.
You hear footsteps on the downstairs.
Oh, okay.
And they're coming up. There's only about 14 stairs. Yeah. Are you gonna wait, or are you gonna disappear?
I'll wait, but I'm gonna stand up by the sort of entrance.
Sure. So you stand by the entrance.
Where are you, Justin?
I'm downstairs using the phone.
You are? Okay.
Yeah. So you wait by the entrance, and the door to the basement swings open, and Gerald is there, and he says, all right, well, your friend Justin's a very kind boy. He's using the phone downstairs. I see you haven't drank your lemonade. Are you more of a sweet tea kind of people?
And I'm moving towards the door, and I'm like, you know what, actually, I feel a bit claustrophobic. I'm going to get some air. Alex? And I'm like backing towards the front door.
Why are you going to go sit out there? The sun is mighty hot right now.
It's just, and I'm like, Alex, do you want to come on? And I'm continuing towards the door.
Justin.
I say. And I go and I turn the knob on the front door and I open it.
So where'd you guys say you're from?
And I step out onto the porch, and I'm like, you know what, Alex? And I get like, I'm like angry. I'm like, Alex!
From Canada. I say that you both look kind of familiar. I'm sorry. I ask a lot of questions. I am a farmer, after all.
And I just pause, holding the door, and I'm like,
have you ever seen
Alex?
You've got internet here, right?
Well, yes, we do have internet. We see all sorts of things.
You ever watch
on
any
the YouTube?
Alex?
Well, you might have seen us then.
And I'm like still backing out the porch, and as the screen door slams, and I'm like yelling through it as I'm backing down. I'm like, Alex, get out!
You back into someone.
Oh.
And you turn around, and the son that Gerald was talking about is standing right behind you. He's looking down at you, stands about a foot above your head. And Gerald says, oh, well, meet our son, Nigel. He's a big fan of YouTube. He watches Everything he can find. Spends all his time that he's not working the fields on that dang computer. Well, you sure you don't want any lemonade?
And I sort of just stop and I look up at him and I say, Alex.
And I've continued on.
I run.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know where he's going, but hey Justin, I think we're gonna get going. I holler down.
Well, see, the whole reason that I was telling Alex to leave is because the whole phone was a ruse. We're not phoning anybody. The fact that Justin didn't come back up, the minute he didn't do that, I'm like, we need to leave. But I can't really say that in front of the guys. So
meta.
So
that's not meta. We knew it was a ruse.
You're
We knew it
running
was a
already.
ruse.
You take.
Oh, I just meant that was why I was explaining.
I understand.
You take off down the side of the porch, and you can feel Nigel's gaze follow you slowly, the silent giant, as you run and you vault over the balcony. And where do you run?
I'm gonna run out to the road and maybe, I don't know, back to the car. God damn.
Okay, so you run.
Do they
down
have
the
a car?
driveway.
Do they have a car anywhere?
They do have cars. Yeah, they've got pickup trucks. Pickup truck, an Oldsmobile, beaten up.
Okay, let me think. Go back to Alex.
I
Alex,
holler, Justin, hurry up! We need to get going. You know what? I'm not really a sweet tea guy. I'm not really a pink lemonade guy. And to be honest, we just really need to make a quick phone call, and we want to be out of your hair. We didn't want to cost you anything, but
Well, I'm pretty sure I told you your friend downstairs is using the phone. What's wrong with your friend there running away like that?
I don't know. But you know, he was only calling into town, I thought. So it really should have been a quick phone call.
Virginia! Virginia! And Virginia comes out from the back, and she's got a steely gaze on her face. Did you leave these boys alone? And Virginia looks at Gerald, eyes wide, and then looks back. One of them just ran away. I'm thinking this whole thing is a ruse. I'm thinking that they've stolen something.
No.
Sit down, boy. Empty your pockets right here.
I don't have to do that. I did not steal anything. What
Virginia?
I possibly have stolen?
Get my Winchester.
What?
I told you to sit down.
Justin, I yell, we're going! Hurry up!
And the door opens behind you, and you see Gerald look up as sweat is forming on all of your brows, but maybe you, mostly as your heart begins to pound. And Gerald says, Nigel, make sure this boy don't go anywhere. And you can try to do a dexterity roll.
I will.
Get away from him as Nigel lunges for you.
Dexterity. I hit a 3. I have a 3. What does that mean?
Yeah, the 3, if you hit it, do you pull it off? Harlan, do you remember?
Yes.
Okay. So you manage to dodge out of the way. You can either run to the back door or you can run down into the basement.
Decisions. Basement. Go.
Okay, so you push past Gerald, and you can hear him shouting. You can hear the heavy footsteps of Nigel as he follows you. But you slam the door behind you. And there is actually a lock on the door leading to the basement.
Lock it. Bang.
Okay, so you lock it, and you're banging on the door. Harlan, you're running through the field.
Yes.
And the sun is just blaring down on you as you run towards the driveway, and you hear cars. You can smell fumes coming from cars.
I drop down in the tall grass.
You drop down in the tall grass right before you're about to emerge onto the driveway.
Yeah, and I belly back and I start going back into the grass a little bit, trying to find the field.
Eyeing the driveway. You're in the field.
Yeah.
Eyeing the driveway, you can see the silhouette of truck.
And I do a quick listen.
Driving in towards the house.
Oh, do I hear them get out, or?
Yeah, you hear them get out as they reach the house.
I want to hear what they say. With a 4.
All right.
Oh, I don't know if I said.
And so a man steps out of one of the trucks. You hear him pat down onto the ground, and another one. You hear another car door slam. That's it. And you can just kind of hear the mumbling of them as they say, "Gerald's inside. Looks like he's got one."
Oh,
bastards. And you can hear more cars, car after car after car coming down the driveway. It sounds like there's at least 15 of them.
And I'm going to start moving through is it like corn or wheat, or what's the...
It's wheat field.
Okay, so I'm going to like just move as far as I can into it, I guess. Oh, and just pray to nobody.
So you're pushing through, and you're not moving very, very quickly because you're on the ground.
No, I'm trying to get my bearings. I guess closest to the road.
Yep. Okay, so you can do a logic roll to try to get yourself to the road, but it's easy to get turned around.
Yeah, I'm going to do a logic roll. Good call.
Okay.
Shit. 2. Okay, success.
Okay, so you know exactly where the road is, and you begin making your way there, but you can hear the door to the house open. And as more cars pile in, you hear a voice that you recognize as the man with the black pickup truck of the Confederate flag. He says, "Boys, one of them's in the fields.
No.
Let's track him down."
Oh, fuck.
And you can hear the rustling of wheat.
And I stand up and I run as fast as I can towards them.
Okay.
With my knife out.
I hear one. This way. And run towards them?
Okay, the minute I stand up, I'm going to look at them. I'm going to be running away, but I'm going to look at them. Do they have their guns? Do they have guns?
Okay, yeah. So you look at them, and are you expecting them to see you?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
I'm just going to stand up, and I want to see if they have guns.
They do have guns. And you see the man with the rimmed hat, the man with the pickup truck. The man with the pickup truck. Everybody has a pickup truck. He's holding a shotgun, and he stares you down, and he says, "We got you, boy."
And I put my hands up, expecting to get shot 1,000 times.
All right. And you can hear like wheat rustling around you after he says, "We've got you," and you hear someone behind you. A hand goes on your shoulder before something cracks against your skull, and everything goes black. Alex, you pant. You can hear the banging on the door. It's actually a deadbolt lock, so it's actually holding pretty well, despite the fact that it's being hit.
Justin! I yell into the basement. I fucking hope you're okay!
And you turn back to the dark basement, and you begin making your way down slowly, and the only light seems to be coming from a screen. It's that cool blue screen light.
What the fuck? I quicken my pace, and I run to the basement.
You run into the basement, and the basement is pretty simple. There's like a little TV watching area with a TV mounted on the wall, a Winchester rifle mount, or a gun mount that is there with another gun on it, not a Winchester this time. And around the corner is where you see the screen light coming from, but other than that, it doesn't look like there's any way out except the way you came.
And I kind of say again, Justin, where are you?
There's no response.
So okay, I look around more, I guess.
Okay, so you make your way
TV
towards.
screen in like one room. That's it.
There's the TV screen mounted on the wall, but it's turned off.
Okay.
You can't see
the
around
light.
the corner with the light.
Okay.
Another screen.
I go into that room.
And as you step in, all the blood rushes to your feet as your jaw drops and your eyes widen, and as you see me sitting in an office chair, my eyes are wide open, and taped open. I've got headphones on my ears, and I'm staring at a computer screen, and there's a knife sticking out of the back of my skull. And you can just barely make out the sound of voices in my headphones.
I walk over and look at the screen and the back of your head.
When you look at the screen, your blood runs cold as you see your own face.
Oh, fuck.
An overlay that says Shaz is right under your name, and it's flicking back and forth between you and Harlan and me and Michael and David and Joe and me and Harlan and Michael. And as your jaw drops even further, everything kind of mutes, and you can hear the sound of the headphones, the faint sound coming through the headphones. And you don't have to hear it fully to be able to read the lips of everything that we are saying. Ignorant farmer, ignorant farmer, ignorant farmer, ignorant farmer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And everything is muted except for this sound as you hear the door smash open.
Our first tale of woe and mystery in tonight's adventures ends unlikely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my very sexy friend, Mr. Justin Thomas James.
Good job tonight, Justin.
Yo, thank you.
The fantastic Alex Guthrie. And I, of course, am Mr. Harlan Guthrie. Tonight, as you might have guessed, we are doing something a little bit different. We are diving into a little game we like to call Tales from the Brood. It is the first in our series of anthologies based on your suggestions. That first one was by the very talented Mr. David Johns. The other two tales for tonight are going to be featured from suggestions from the community as well. Instead of doing... which also means instead of doing MVP or mid-game post this week, we're going to be... and endgame, we're going to be rewarding it to the three peoples whose stories are picked. So that makes that easier too. So David Johns, you will get 1 XP, and whoever's story is next will get the next XP. We're not going to be wasting too much time because, frankly, there are more tales from the brood to continue with. So, without further ado, let's cue the sound effects. As a child, those first few days of summer are always the most invigorating. You feel as though you are invincible, like you could accomplish anything. But what if you actually could do anything? Be careful what you wish for in this story, entitled I Wish by Trevor Toth.
It's the beginning of summer. Beautiful, sunny day, July 1, or maybe June 29th, depending on whatever school year this was. And we've got, 10-year-old, what's your name, Justin?
Donovan Brinkley.
10-year-old Donovan.
My friends call me Donnie, though.
And who's your best friend over here?
Timothy Hutton.
Timothy, and I'm Jacob Welton. Hi, Jacob. Hi.
Hey, Jacob. Hey, Timmy.
I'm just gonna write these names.
Donnie.
Donnie.
I'm Timothy Hutton. You're Jacob.
Jacob, Timmy, Donnie.
What? How are you? How are you, Timmy? You have a good week? Good weekend?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I really wanted to play video games, but then my older brother was like, "No, you can't play my video games." So I thought, "Fine, I won't play your video games." So I went upstairs to my mom's room, and I was trying to find something to play with, and I found this like, I don't know, it's like sort of like this dog toy, and then it's like vibrating, and then she got all scared when I started playing with it, and she said I couldn't use it, so she made me put it back in the drawer. So I thought, if you're not going to be...
That's so weird. I found one of those too. Funny enough, my mom said the exact same thing. She's like, "No, that's a dog toy. Leave it alone. It's for the dog." But I've never seen the dog playing with it.
I just don't understand if you're gonna have all these toys and you want to. I just don't understand why moms get special toys and we're stuck not being able to play video games on weekends. I think it's stupid.
Sounds like a cool toy. Hey, next time if you ever want to play video games, you can always come over to my house. My parents don't care if I play video games. I spend hours and 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 hours on them.
Yeah, well, your controllers are all sticky, so I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Don't you just wish? But don't you just wish sometimes that you could like be in a video game?
I was just gonna say that. Oh,
it'd be so cool to be Mario.
Video game, what game would you be in?
Super Mario's, obviously. If I could be in Super Mario's. Yeah, Princess Peach is so cute. Super cute.
Yeah, I guess so. What about you, Jacob?
Oh, I'd totally be in Sonic the Hedgehog. I want to be fast. I want to run fast. Oh, it's so cool.
Oh, man,
what about you? What about you, Donnie? What would you do in a video game?
Oh man, Street Fighter. Totally Street Fighter.
Oh, that's so cool.
I memorized all of the moves for 4 characters.
Yeah. But do you know A B B A down left A?
Left A? Yeah. Of course I know that one. That's
fine, then what is it? If you know it, then what is it?
I know that one too.
It's the Hadouken, man. It's the Hadouken.
Fine. I guess you're right. I guess you do know it, Donnie. God. You're lucky. You get to play video games. I don't get to. I don't have a dad.
That's why you guys bring it up every time.
I don't know. I just always bring it up because I feel sad.
Just because you have 2 moms doesn't mean that you don't have a dad.
Well, I know my one mom's like a dad, but it doesn't matter. Anyways,
do they both have toys?
And we're standing with our bicycles on the corner of like the one main street that's kind of busy but not really busy, and the quiet street, which is the street that we all live on. And actually, I don't know, Justin, if you remember the street that Harlan and I grew up on.
Cecilia Court.
You guys grew up. Oh no, well,
Cecilia.
So that's why I said Cecilia Court.
We're standing at the corner of Cecilia and West Shore.
That's why I said Cecilia Court.
Yeah. And so Jacob pipes up. He's like, "You guys want to go down to the park and we could play on the swings and stuff? I bet you I could do way more jungle gym stuff than you can."
No, you can't do more jungle stuff than me. I'm the best on the bars. You've seen
Probably
me.
Could, Timmy. Probably could.
No.
I think I remember. Well, no, yeah, you could probably beat me actually. I'll try though.
We should go on a bike ride first and then go there after. Where you guys want to go?
We could take our bikes to the park. We could go along the waterfront. That's kind of nice. My dad has some sculptures down there. That's
what I was thinking. So we do that. We take off and we start riding our bikes, and it's like a sunny Tuesday afternoon.
Hey guys, watch this. Watch this. And I go up to the curb and I try to do a jump, and I'm gonna roll dexterity.
For dexterity.
And I eighth it, and I'm like, "Soo!" and I land on it, and I'm like, but I like did it accidentally. I'm like, how cool is that, guys?
Oh man! And just like any 10-year-old, I need to try it now too.
Do it. And if you succeed, I'm gonna be super jealous.
I rolled. Oh, I failed.
And you wipe out.
I wipe out and I land on the grass.
Character.
And you wipe out, but I also try it, and I bunny hop right over top of you, and I kind of stop and I look back at Timmy and you, Donovan, on the ground.
So cool.
I've been practicing. This is what happens when you don't have all the video games, Donnie.
That's not fair. That's not fair. And I push over the thing and I say, Donnie just he didn't have a good go. Stop being so rude. And I grab
and I push my bike to the ground and I walk over and get right up in Timmy's face.
Do you want to
fight?
fight?
I push him a little bit.
I push you back.
Fine. No, don't. And I push you back.
Just help Donnie. And I go to help Donnie up.
And I grab Donnie's other arm.
Thanks,
Sorry,
Timothy.
Donnie.
Are you sorry?
That was sort of
Look,
a
I
rude thing to
am,
say.
all right? I'm not totally mean. I'm not mean like Billy from school. That guy is so mean.
Yeah, Billy
He
fucking
twisted my
asshole.
arm. On the last day of school, he twisted my arm. It still kind of hurts.
I don't want to talk about Billy.
I don't want to talk about Billy either. And let's not. Listen, this is our weekend. Let's have fun. Let's go do what we're going to do.
Do we all have lists?
Summer.
I have a lisp. Do you?
I don't know if I have a lisp. I think mine comes in and out.
I have a lisp.
I don't think I have a lisp. No, I think I was putting it on there just in the past few couple minutes.
Are you making fun of me?
I rub off.
No,
You
I was
rub
just
off on
wondering
me,
because
Timmy.
sometimes I feel like I sound like you.
You rub off?
You guys.
Have you seen?
guys are my.
Have you tried rubbing off?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, it's like I was watching the video that my dad has, and it's like if you touch yourself and you
Is
go,
it like what kind of video? Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video?
one of them had green people in it. One of them was themed, but it was weird and it made me feel weird feelings. But no, it's interesting. I'll tell you after. It's cool. It's pretty cool.
All right.
But I guess all I'm saying is that sometimes when you speak for a long time, Timmy, I start to want to talk with a lisp. I know you can't help it, but
I
do the
understand.
same
don't you
thing.
get that too, Donnie?
Can you not make fun of me? If there was anything I could change about myself, it would be my lisp. I promise. It would be the first thing I do. But that's not what the world works like.
We should go to the horsey park. And I'm referring to the park that's
I know
down the
it.
street that has like these horse things.
Do you remember those, Justin? The horsey park?
Oh yeah, on the springs, the giant springs.
No, they're like on two.
Oh, you know what? He didn't grow up
Oh,
around
Lars.
Cecilia. I forgot. Shit. Chris would know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Get out of here. Get Chris in
I know
here. Just kidding.
Come on! And I jump on my bike and I start pedaling really fast. I'm like, come on!
And I'm gonna rate.
Come on, Timmy!
I'm gonna race you there. Dexterity 3.
All right. Well, I guess we're doing a competing.
Exactly.
Roll as well, there, Timmy. Or Donnie.
I am Donnie. Let's see here.
Whoever gets the lowest dexterity.
Mine's the blue one. Oh, I've got a 5.
So Alex, you get there first, or Jacob.
All right, so I get there first, and I jump off, and I start playing on the swings and the horses and the fucking monkey bars, and I'm sliding down the slide.
And I get there second, and I like run up the thing, and I like go on the top, and I start like turning the big wheel. I'm like,
Okay. Let's imagine that this is a pirate ship.
Captain.
Whoa! What?
Captain.
No idea.
Captain.
You don't want to be captain. I'm a better captain.
Okay, I'll be the mercenary, the hired bounty hunter that brought on the.
I want to be
boat.
bounty hunter too. I've
Fine,
been
then.
a bounty hunter too.
Then I'll be the guy who's the stowaway, the guy who's on the ship, and I slide down the slide,
Oh,
and I fall
I want to be
as
stowaway
I come
too.
out of the bottom of the slide, and I
Oh,
fall on my
you be a
ass.
stowaway bounty hunter.
Ow! I hit my ass! Oh! I hit my butt! my butt on something. Now,
Funny when it's happening to someone else.
It's funny when he says
Both
ass.
both you roll a logic. A logic.
logic.
Illogic. I fail miserably. I'm too into my role playing.
When
I grow up, I'm gonna make a stream online.
Oh yeah.
fail.
Why would anybody? Who would watch that?
Nice people who care about me.
They have to be really nice to watch that.
I don't understand how I hurt my butt so much. Jeez, it's like
Stop talking about your butt, Jacob. Ugh.
no. And I look down at the ground at the bottom of the slide, and I start kicking it, and I realize that there's something like golden, like a gold coin or something under it. Do you guys see it?
What do you see, Jacob?
What you got, gold?
I I don't know what it is. And I reach down and I start digging it. Donnie, get a stick. Start digging this with me. And below the gravel, below the sand, you start to see that there's like this gold, this piece of nugget or something.
It's stuck in there pretty good.
Timmy, get a rock. Get something to dig.
I got a stick here.
I got big. I'll go give a big
There's
stick.
gold. There's gold, guys.
It's gold.
It's
gold.
Whoa! It might be
This
fool's
is like
gold.
that movie with the kids, like the Goonies. Maybe we found gold.
The
and we'll find
Goonies.
a pirate chest.
Hey, you guys!
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's floss, and I walk over with a bigger stick, and I start like sticking in the ground, like wedging it up.
So you guys are digging and digging and digging, and all of a sudden, out pops this like weird jar thingy looking, and it's like kind of rough, but it's clearly gold or brass or something very, very shiny. It's very attractive. It's got like gems inset in the side of it.
Whoa.
Can I do a logic roll?
Sure, yeah, roll logic.
Did I pass? No, I failed. Dang it. I think that I think that you put the tea in it. It's like a teapot.
So
Why would
I
you
open
bury
it up.
a teapot?
A golden teapot? I don't know. Maybe
I open it up.
It can go on Antique Roadshow.
No. You know what it is? It's a time capsule. This is what we did at school. You take things and you put them in. Is there anything in there? What if it's like a time capsule from like a guy from like Egypt or something?
and I open it up, I shake it, and nothing comes out.
Capsule here.
No. And I grab it from
It's
you.
not like dirt.
I go to grab it from you. Like,
Ah!
no!
Timmy,
No, look.
give it back.
Listen, though. Listen. This is like a time capsule from, like, some guy from, like, Egypt or something.
You're stupid. There's nothing even in it.
Stop.
And I try to...
But listen. What happens was when they die, their, like, asses go in it, and then they're, like... And then...
That what?
Their asses. Their asses, like when you get burned.
You said ass.
No, like when they get burned, and they burn, and they go like
That's so
asses.
stupid. Why would it be
But
like
that's
that?
what I'm saying, that his asses are in the ground.
And I grab it. I say, if it's from Egypt, is that why it's so dirty?
And I like get on the ground and I start looking through the hole for like ashes.
And I take out my shirt, or I just like kind of pull up my shirt like this, and I start to rub the side of the time
And all
capsule.
of a sudden, it jiggles like in this like weird, like
Whoa!
crazy way.
Whoa,
Like,
guys! Whoa! And I drop it.
and it stops.
Spirit.
What? What? What did you drop it for? And I
No,
pick it up.
guys,
It was,
stop!
It was shaking, man.
Stop!
I was running with my shirt.
And I like put my hands out across. I said, "Look, there's a ghost in there." I said, "There's asses in it, and they fell out. And now when you touch it, you're scaring him."
Oh,
Stop!
is this what you mean when you rub it? When you rub it off?
When you rub one out? No, I'll throw you as well, but that's different. No, that's a cool thing. No,
Weird.
but there's a ghost in there. Just be smart about it. And I like lean down, like, ghost.
Whatever, Timmy.
Let's stop. Ghost from Egypt. We're mean you no harm. We're friends. We're gonna put your asses back in, and I take like some like dirt and I start pouring it back in the top of the lamp.
I don't think you're doing anything. Man, if it's a ghost, it's probably been trapped in there for a long time. It probably wants to get out and speak to somebody.
What if it's like, guys, hold on. What
And
if
when you
it's
put
like,
dirt in it, puffs it out the front.
what if it's an evil,
like,
guys?
it
And I
shoots
like
it?
I stand
Yeah.
back and I start walking away.
What the heck?
What if it's like an evil ghost, guys?
Look, I don't really want to do this anymore. I think we should just bury it.
No. It's gold. We should sell it. Look how shiny it gets. And I start to rub it again. This time
And-
faster.
and
And,
it-
I show like the sheen. That's
And it really like starts to bounce around, and all of a sudden it jumps out of your hands and it starts flying around. And before you know it, it starts steaming and shaking, and all of a sudden there's like an explosion. It's like and there's a big cloud of smoke in front of the three of us. And it's so
Whoa!
loud. You'd think there'd be other people that heard this, but
And like Timmy's like on the ground, like holding his head, like crying. Like, please don't kill me, spirit. Please don't kill me.
and out of the cloud, as it dissipates, you see a large, red-skinned man, or the ghost of a man, it seems like, but very colorful, wearing a big turban, and he's got gems and jewels hanging from all of his arms and his body. He's got this like red, almost like he's been in a steam bath. He's very, very red skin. And he says, "Who has awakened me from my slumber? And there's like an echo to his voice.
And I look at Jacob.
And I look at Timmy.
Please.
It was Timmy.
No.
Yeah.
Sell me out.
It was Timmy. Yeah. It was all Timmy.
No.
It was Timothy.
No. And I start backing away. No.
And the man steps up with a big thump, but there's no actual thump. There's no sound. It's like dust. It's like, you, Timothy. You
guys are terrible.
Are my master. And Donnie and I both look at each other. Master? What? What?
Master?
Yes, you found me, Timothy.
I thought, are you from Egypt?
I am not from any land which is man-made. I am from the earth, from the stars, from the galaxy. And he reaches up, and there's like this whirlwind above him, and it sucks down from space.
Sid, that's so cool. What's your name?
My name is Goroglin.
Goroglin?
That's right, Timothy. Goroglin is my name. I am Goroglin, the all-powerful genie of the lamp.
Genie? He's a genie?
Jacob looks at Timmy and Donnie. It's like that movie. Oh, with the Aladdin. The movie with Aladdin. The genie. He grants you wishes.
Wishes?
Timothy, you're so lucky. You had 3 wishes, right? Right?
The name is Goroglin.
Goroglin?
Goroglin! Your parents haven't taught you to read or write yet.
Or listen.
Goroglin.
Let's call you Glenn.
That will work, Master Timothy. And he bows to you.
Glenn.
What will you have me do?
I guess.
So,
I don't know, guys.
Jacob pipes up. So, does he get 3 wishes? Timothy is my master. He can have as many wishes.
Whoa! As many wishes as I want? Guys!
Yes.
And I do a half huddle with them. Guys, come here.
Holy shit. Timmy.
I put my arm over each of you.
What this means, you can have anything you want. You can have as many games as you want. You can have all the games in the world.
Whoa.
Yeah. Timothy, you don't want to waste these. Wait, did he say that he could have as many wishes as he wants?
As many as we want.
What? Not just 3? That's always just 3. It's crazy. So we can just make wishes and then wish them back when we don't like them. Whoa. This is awesome.
That's what totally nuts.
What should we wish for first?
I don't.
We should wish that we were in a video game.
Guys. Whoa.
What?
Guys. Let's just take it one step at a time. He said we have as many wishes as we want. Glenn, and I turn around.
Yes, Master Timothy.
Can you be well, I don't like looking up. Can you be 10 and our height 2, please?
Absolutely. And there's a big whirlwind, and he's like, "What do you want from me?" little Timothy.
Guys,
Master Timothy.
Guys, now he's like us. That's so cool.
That's cool.
Wow.
Hi, Glenn. I'm Jacob. Oh, nice to meet you, Jacob.
I'm Donnie. I'm Donnie. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you, Donnie,
Oh.
and you, Master Timothy. And he bows down to you.
Whoa. Cool.
I
Okay.
come from the world beyond space and time. I am a magical being that can possess ultimate powers of everything.
I think that's pretty cool. But also, I think we should have some ice cream. 3 bowls of
I
ice
was
cream.
just gonna say ice cream. I'm so hungry right now.
But 3 bowls.
Oh,
and,
why?
and 2 scoops of
Chocolate
bowl.
syrup
Yeah.
and sprinkles for me.
Yeah.
With chocolate or peanut butter cups, birthday cake icing, and fudge, and chocolate chip
Why,
cookie.
that's no problem. And he waves a hand across like this, and he turns towards the street. And just beyond the edge of the street where you can't see, you hear bring, bring, bring. And sure enough, along the street comes a Dickie D, a young boy on a cart pushing a cooler full of ice cream. And he pulls up and he says, "Ice cream, anyone?"
Whoa.
And,
Do we have to pay for it?
and Glenn turns to you and says, "No, look into your pockets." And you reach into your pocket and pull out
Money.
a free money for
Oh.
it says on it, it's like a little note. It's written in like this Sanskrit. It says, "Money for ice cream."
What? Amazing.
You
How much?
see.
How much do we have?
As much as you want. And then the Dickie D's bring, bring. Does anybody over there want ice cream?
Yeah,
'Cause I got
yeah.
things to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
So you run
We
up,
run
and
down.
other kids also run up, and he gets to you 3 first, and Jacob's like, "I want double chocolate with brownie and everything, 5 scoops." And the kid reaches in, he's like, "I don't have," and he reaches in and he pulls out a fucking thing of ice cream, and it like is nice and cold and fresh and scooped already, and he hands it to Jacob, and Jacob's like, "Wow, cool!" And he like runs back to the edge of the park and he starts chomping down on it. What do you do, Donnie?
So we all have our ice cream. I get my ice cream too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. Like, oh, what else?
Well, you go get your ice cream, but then there's other kids that come out and they're like, "We want ice cream, we want ice cream." And the kid looks he's like, "I'm all out of ice cream. I'll be back later, I guess. I swear this thing was full when I left." So then you see
Hold on. We're all on ice cream already? We barely even did anything. Oh.
well, no, you have as much ice cream as you could possibly eat.
Oh,
But
nice.
but the rest of the kids on the street that have come out to the Dickie D, there's no ice cream left for them. Well, whatever. You got your ice cream.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
And I
right.
turn to the other kids and I'm like, "Ha ha ha, guys, we got the ice cream and the last of it."
And
I see Sally Johnson is one of the kids there, and I've got some of my ice cream, and I say, "I'll share my ice cream with you, Sally."
And Sally's like, "Oh, that would be nice, Donnie. Donnie, I would love some ice cream, but I only like vanilla. What kind of ice cream did you have?"
Chocolate. Well, I've got a peanut butter cup. Do you like peanut butter cups?
"No, I don't like peanut butter, and I don't like chocolate. I don't like anything." And she screams at you and runs away. And it's like very heartbreaking. And
And
Jacob
I turn
sees
away
you.
and I go back. I go up to Jacob, my head hung low.
It's okay, Donnie. I've had my heart broken before too. Sally's mean. She broke my heart last year, remember?
She just
She doesn't-
wants vanilla.
She doesn't like apples either. I had apples, and she only likes oranges, she said. And I said, "You can have my apple, Sally," and she didn't want my apple. Hey,
But
maybe
she's
you
still Sally.
maybe you could wish. Maybe you could get
Get her to like me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That would be a real test. I mean, this genie can get us ice cream, but if we can't get someone to fall in love with us, then is he really a true genie? So it would be a good test.
That's so true. Glenn, can you? I only answer to Timmy. He is my master. He is the one in charge.
And we look to Timmy, who's still standing by the crowd of kids, laughing at them, pointing.
Mouth full of ice cream, just can't shove enough
dribbling
in.
down
It's like all over the
chin.
side of his face. and Goro Glenn looks at you and he says, "But I can answer any of your questions. I heard you talking about love."
Yeah. Sally, can you make her fall in love with me, Sally Johnson?
As long as Timmy says I can. Then, only then I will, for I only follow my true master.
Well, he's a bit busy right now.
Released me from the lamp.
And as he says master, I turn and I look at Timothy again, and Timothy has his ice cream like at his butt, and he's just like mocking all the kids, pretending to fart on it.
And what you missed there, Timothy, was Glenn said, yeah, he could give Donnie love. But actually, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that because you were over talking to the kids. Yeah.
Timothy!
What?
Timothy, get back here. Come over here.
And I walk over and I say, what?
So I asked Sally if she wanted any ice cream, and she didn't want any because she just wanted vanilla. And I don't have any vanilla, and she hates me now. I was wondering, Timothy, it'll be your best friend forever if you can wish for Sally to fall in love with me.
Sally fall in love with you?
I want Sally Johnson to fall in love with me because then we can be married and be together forever and have kids and grow up and grow old and knit together and join a legion club.
But Donnie, if she falls in love with you, what does that leave me? Because I like Sally too. That's totally unfair. Don't tell me you like Sally too, Timmy.
You just said that you hate Sally. You just said that she's so mean.
Well, she's mean because she doesn't like apples. She only likes oranges.
Yeah, but it sounds like you don't even like her.
What? I don't like her anymore, but that's not the point, Donnie.
I like her still, and I should be the one to have her fall in love with me.
Fine,
oh
whatever.
my god! Oh my god, guys! Listen. There's like options here, you know? Maybe we could wish for like 2 Sallys, or like, you know, with that there was enough Sally for all of us, or maybe have Sally fall in love with all of us, or
that wouldn't work. But I like the idea of 3 Sallys. I mean, as long as I have 1 Sally, I'm happy.
I don't know, guys. That's pretty weird. That's kind of creepy in a way. If Glenn made more than 1 person, like, wouldn't that get kind of weird? Like,
okay, how about this? How about if
you
made me so cool and irresistible that Sally wouldn't be able to resist me? Like, make it so that we can have anyone we want.
yeah, but like, I mean,
and with this conversation ongoing, you see out of the corner of your eye, Donnie, Billy, the school bully. And he's stomping across the field, and he's coming straight at the 3 of us. And 4 of us, I should say, with Glenn. And he's like, "You, Timmy, give me that fucking ice cream." And he's like the one kid at school that swears, you know.
whoa, listen, and I like instinctively like drop the ice cream.
You don't tell me to listen. Give me that fucking ice cream. I want it now.
Okay, and I give him the ice cream, like forgetting the power that I have. I'm like, okay, here, it's mostly gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better be sorry. And he picks it up and he's like eating it. He's like, "This is shitty ice cream. Give me yours, Jacob. I want chocolate. And yours too, Donnie. Give me your ice cream. Give it all to me now." And
I just start eating it really fast.
Just give him your ice cream, man.
You're playing games with me. And he walks up to you, he punches you right in the eye.
Oh,
my
man.
glasses! My glasses!
And I like ran over. I'm like, oh, you're such a fucking, you're such a fuck.
What? Says Billy, and he turns to you. He says,
oh, no. I wish I didn't say
What'd you
that.
say
I wish
to
I
me?
didn't say that. I wish I didn't say that.
and he punches you right in the eye as well. Right in the eyeball.
But before he does, it stops.
I wish I didn't say that.
And Glenn says, You need not touch my master. And Billy, believing that he's stopped himself, turns to the little red boy and says, "What are you looking at, red kid? What's your name?"
There's a red boy now?
No, he's Glenn is the little
forgot
redskin.
I played-
Oh, Glenn. He's red.
He says, "I am Gorglen. I am Gorglen, and I work for Timothy. I am Timothy's slave and all being greatness." And Billy's like,
my glasses. Oh, no.
"Did you say something? Did I miss something there, Harlan?"
Well, I said I wish I didn't say that, and I was hoping that you'd pick up on that.
I'm
Glenn.
sorry. I thought I missed that.
Well, I didn't want to GM for you, but I wanted him to pick up on that instead. So, like, as he goes to punch me, like, time maybe gets rewritten or however you want to play it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happens. He goes to punch you and he stops. He's like, turns back over to Donnie. He's like,
Oh, my
"What do you say?"
glasses.
"Yeah, that's right. You give me your ice cream." And he takes his ice cream. And he's like, "I totally forgot why I came over here." Starts
And I'm like, and Timothy's like, what just happened? And he's sort of like looking around confused because like this just happened.
And Glenn says, You wished that you didn't say that." And that's when Billy turns around and he says, "What did you say, red boy?" And Glenn turns to Billy and says, "I said he wished he didn't say that, and so that's what happened." And Billy's all confused because he's like, "What the fuck did you say?"
Whoa, guys! I just wish that he didn't say that, and then he.
"Shut up, Lispy," says Billy. And he turns right to you, Timothy.
And I say, Billy, I wish you didn't punch
And Jacob says, "Don't say it,
Donnie.
Don't say it."
I wish you didn't punch Donnie.
And all of a sudden, there's like this big whirlwind, and Billy's on the ground, and he's crying, and there's a bunch of kids start running out from all of the houses, and they're like, "Whoa, that guy punched Billy right in the face." And they're all looking at you, Donnie. "That guy right there finally stood up to Billy. Stood up to Billy."
Billy the bully.
What the hell? What the hell happened? Why am I on the ground? I'm so confused right now. I just wanted your ice cream. What the hell? And he runs away, and all the kids are like, "Yeah, go Donnie! It's Donnie, right? That's Donovan. That's your name." Because before this moment, everybody was like, "Who's that guy?"
Yeah. I feel weird, guys. Let's go.
He didn't do anything. This isn't.
And I
Why are
turned
they
and I-
congratulating you? I don't understand. I was the one who wished it. Glenn is my genie. I'm the master.
And Glenn turns to you and says, "Just because you wished it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go your way." Every time I speak with the genie, I have to do this, but you can't see it. So I'm going to do it from up here from now on.
Well, I don't know. I just think.
Jacob's like, I don't know, Tim. This is getting kind of weird. Like, I appreciate Glenn, but maybe you should just ask for some really cool stuff as opposed to all this like weird stuff like with Billy and ice creams. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I go to run away, and I stop, and people are cheering my name, and I put my broken glasses in my pocket.
And I say to Tim, I say really quietly, I wish they were cheering for me instead.
And the cheers suddenly go, "Don, me, Timmy, Timmy," and everybody's like turns their gaze weirdly from Donnie over to Timmy, and they're like, "Timmy, Timmy." But then the doors of the houses surrounding the park all open, and adults and like babysitters and teenagers. They all start coming out, and everybody's like, Timmy, Timmy, and everybody in the whole fucking neighborhood starts to cheer.
That's right.
What happened?
Timmy, Timmy.
What do you mean? What happened? I was the one who.
They were cheering for me though.
But why? I was the one that stopped Billy. I was the one that wished that he didn't hit you, and then they called your name.
Guys, Jacob says as he's watching, like, you know, hundreds of people come out of their homes walking towards us in the park, and they literally push past. They put hand in the face for me, hand in the face for Donnie, and they come right up next to you, Timmy, and they're like, Timmy, Timmy, screaming in your face like all their slobber.
Oh,
Timmy.
Okay,
Timmy,
stop,
Timmy.
stop. I wish all these people were gone.
And suddenly,
Suddenly, a little bit piano.
And suddenly, Glenn's like, "If you wish it, master, it will happen." Suddenly, one by one, almost one starting, and then multiple at a time, people just start dropping unconscious, dead. You don't realize it until after the fact, but people start dropping dead, and they're like, Tim, and just like flat out cold. And we're suddenly standing in a whole field of corpses of dead people, including Billy and Sally and all of the people that you knew from school or that saw at school. And Jacob's like, "What the hell did you do, Timmy?" And he starts running away.
I don't know.
I see Sally, and I run towards her. I say, "No, no, Timothy! Wish them back alive! Wish them back alive!"
No, what? Jacob, where are you going?
And Jacob's running in towards the woods, and he's heading towards, he's heading towards your tree fort.
No, I wish Jacob would stop running.
And sure enough, Jacob, his legs give out, "Ow!" And he falls onto the ground. He's like, "Oh, what the hell? What's going on? My legs, they just stopped working. I can't run anymore." And he gets up, he starts walking, and his knees aren't bending.
Jacob?
I can't run anymore.
And I sort of walk with a hand out towards Jacob. Jacob?
And what are you doing, Donnie?
You're
in a field of dead people.
I'm in a field of dead people with Sally, and I'm crying, and I'm shouting at Timothy, "What have you done? Make them alive again! What are you doing?"
I'm sorry. I wish they were all back from the dead.
You wished it, Timothy. And suddenly, one by one, they do start reviving, but their bodies become alive, even though they may not necessarily be alive. They've been dead for minutes. And so they reel their heads up and then they're alive, but undead, And they start wandering around. And there's Sally in front of you, Donovan, and she opens up her eyes that are rolled into the back of her head. And she's walking like a dead person walks. Like a zombie. But one that isn't craving brain.
Donnie, this is what you wanted. Yeah. This is what you wanted. They're all back from the dead. They're all undead. They're all zombies.
What the hell is going on? You hear
they're
Jacob
dead.
scream.
They were dead because of you. It's not my fault. Don't try to blame me.
They're not dead because of me. No, they're not. And I run over to the jungle gym and I sort of like cower into a ball.
And you were the one. You were the one. And I follow him and I stomp into the playground. You were the one that wished that Billy didn't say anything. You were the one that wished that Billy hadn't punched me. You were the one that wished that the crowd was cheering for you instead of for me.
And Goroglen follows, and he's like, "Now what will you have me wish, Timothy? Master Timothy, oh master, oh wise one."
You screwed everything up, Timmy, and I'm right in front of you, and I'm poking you right in the chest. You did this. It's all your fault.
I wish.
You will never be.
I wish you would just shut up.
And Yeah, exactly. Donnie's voice literally disappears, and he looks like he's choking, but he can still breathe, but he can't speak anymore. He can just make gasping and gagging sounds.
No.
You wished for it, Timmy. And then you hear from way off at the forest edge, Jacob saying, "What the hell is going on over there? Why can't I run?" And he's walking with stiff, straight legs. "What did you do, Timmy?"
I'm sorry. Nothing I can say is right. Everything is so fucked.
And Jacob's like, "Why didn't you just wish for some video games?"
I wish everything was back to how it was. I wish everything before I made the first wish was back to how it was.
And you open your eyes, and there the three of you stand with Goroglin towering above you. And everything seems to be back to normal. "What do you wish of me, Master Timothy?" he says, as if it was the first time he said it. There was no lapse in character, as if you just blinked.
And Timothy turns around and starts like walking towards the edge of the wood, like shaking his head like, "What? I don't understand." Do the other guys remember what happened?
No, they don't remember what happened at all. Yeah,
Timothy.
what are you going to wish for, Timmy? Timmy, you should wish for video games, as many video games as you want.
Oh, I think you should wish for ice cream, Timothy.
No.
Yeah, ice cream.
I'm so hungry.
Listen to me. This has all happened already. I wished for things and then they got bad. I wished for things and they got worse. And I realized that all this power. And for a second, Timothy sort of like hesitates and then he stops. This power. I can rewrite anything I want. I can do anything I want. I can hurt people. And I can kill people.
Jacob's like, what?
Accidentally.
Looks at Donnie. What the fuck?
I can do anything I want. And there's no worry.
This is crazy talk, Timmy. What do you mean kill and hurt people?
You don't understand. Glenn, I want you to snap Jacob's neck.
Anything you wish, Master Timothy. And Jacob standing there, all of a sudden this bird comes from flying out of the sky, smacks Timmy right in the neck, and you see Timmy's head just do a full 180, and there's like, and he falls flat on the ground. Broken neck.
No! Why would you wish for that? No! Oh, and I've got my glasses now. No! Jacob! And I run to Jacob, and I hold him. Oh, God.
And Timothy's just standing over them.
Timothy? Why would you do that?
And he walks over and he places a hand on Donnie. It says, "Donnie, don't you understand? I can do anything I want. It's wishes. You like Sally?"
I'm speechless.
I know you do, because you told me. I wish Sally would come here right now and kiss me. And I wish that Donnie would have to watch.
And sure enough, Billy comes walking into his house. And Sally, you hear the little screen door open and shut, and you see her coming out of her house. And they both walk across the field, and they're like, "Hi, Sally. Hi, Billy. Oh, hi, Timmy. Oh, hi, Donnie." And you see Billy say, "Donnie, what the fuck, Timmy?" And then Sally looks at Billy and says, "Hold Donnie for me, Billy." And sure enough, Billy grabs Donnie in like a headlock thingy, like an arm lock thingy, and Sally walks up and kisses Timmy right on the lips. without even hesitating.
And after the kiss, I turn towards Donnie, and I'm like, "Don't you see, Donnie? I'm like a god. I can do anything I want."
I am the god, says Glen.
Glenn,
You are nothing.
Donnie, you don't understand. I can do anything I want to you and in front of you, and all I have to do is say that you don't remember, and I can do it again. And again.
No!
And again. And again.
I'm going to try to break free of Billy.
And why don't you roll a dexterity? Or strength. A strength. Yeah, dexterity.
I got a 1.
Perfect.
Success.
So yeah, you break free from Billy. No problem.
And I bolt forward and run towards the lamp, which is still sitting on the ground, right? That
Yeah.
that's projecting Glenn. And I snatch it up off the ground, and I run towards the lake as fast as I can.
Cool. So you do that.
And Timothy, hyper confident, just slowly walks after you and says, "All I have to do is with that your legs are gone."
And sure enough, Glenn's like, "Your wish is my command, Timothy." And from the water, are you near the water's edge?
I'm close. Yeah, I'm on the road, actually.
Okay. There's this massive, clean water alligator lunges out of the water. This is insane. A natural clean water alligator lunges out of the water and snaps both of your legs with its jaws and twists and rips off both of your legs below your knees. Insanity.
And everything
you're
goes
lying there
red
on the
around
road.
the edges.
Yeah.
As Timothy slowly continues walking towards you, smiling.
And there's like this from the alligator or crocodile, whatever it is, you know.
I'm just staring up at the clear blue sky as I see Timothy just kind of walk over my head.
Yeah.
And just looking down at me from the sky. Stop!
I can do anything I want. Don't you understand yet?
Stop! I'm gonna make you! And I'm gonna just rub the lamp as fast as I can, just on my chest as I'm writhing in pain.
No way. So you rub the lamp on your chest, and suddenly you see Glen's focus change from Timothy as he hovers above Timothy in like this sort of ghostly way. He hovers above Timothy, and then he turns to you and he says, "What will you have me do, Master Donovan?"
I wish Timothy was in a video game.
And
No, why? I'm your master. Why are you listening to him?
Ah, good wish, Donovan, Master Donovan. And with the snap of a finger, you see Timmy's legs fold up into his face, and he's like this, like completely in half, and then he gets folded again and folded again and folded again and folded again into like this square box, little square rectangular box, and falls comfortably onto the road with a bit of
I wish everything was back to normal. I wish we never found this lamp. Except for Timmy. I wish that he was still a video game.
And sure enough, you hear zip, 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 and there's like this whirlwind and hurricane around you, and all of a sudden there's me, Jacob, and you at the jungle gym, and I'm like, ow, my butt, oh, what the heck? And I look down, I'm like, sweet, a video game.
Whoa, cool. Is that Street Fighter?
It is, but it looks weird.
Huh.
Do you recognize this other character on here? And I point, and as we get closer and closer and closer, you see it's Timmy. Be careful what you wish for.
This final chapter of tonight's trilogy of terror asks the question. Oh wait, we're breaking between. I forgot. Yeah. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying so far. As I mentioned, this is the brand new series that we have called Tales from the Brood. Inspired by such adventures as you are that you have suggested to us, and my hair doesn't know which way to go tonight. It's a bit bisexual, like myself. I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. It's a bunch of kooky craziness. That was such a good game, Alex. Well done. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
For all the people who are like, remember when Harlan said he was a good guy, and now he's so fucking evil? Listen, guys, this is how genie stories need to be. You need to have a bad guy. And frankly, the only reason Timothy was the bad guy is because they made me the master. And they both did it. So you guys would have done the same thing. You have to have a power overwhelming, absolute power corrupts and all that kind of shit. So I hope you guys are enjoying so far. Is everybody having a good time?
Yeah, I am. Those first two games were so good. I really enjoyed both so far, yeah. Thanks for going along with that, guys. That was not easy.
No, it was good. I got to do a list for the entire time, so it was a lot of fun.
You guys are great. Your characters were bang on.
Yeah, you did good too. Even though you guys kept doing a lisp, apparently, which is just...
We did. I don't know how that kept happening. I didn't mean for it to happen.
No, it works well. It's, you know, people can have multiple lisps.
It comes and goes.
I'm just thinking of now there's this kid in Street Fighter that everybody's like, I don't want to be that kid. Fuck is Timmy?
It's just like Snake or
Chun-Li versus Timmy.
Timmy. It's just like Timmy just getting pounded again and again.
Yeah, that's the funny part too. I didn't remember that. Stop, guys.
The lisp. Halithba! Halithba! Right. Anyway, I hope you're having a good time. We're not going to do the mid-game post, as we mentioned earlier. What we're going to do is reward the XP to the players who have won tonight's game by contributing these stories. So far we've had Trevor Toth and David Johns, who has won the, I guess, MVP in mid-game post so far. So... without further ado, let us conclude tonight's adventure with the final story. This final chapter of tonight's trilogy of terror asks the question, what will you do to survive? A lonely night at Camp Wakakiki spells trouble for these counselors whose days of making love by firelight are all but numbered as they count down to The Last Days of Summer by Michael Kessler. It's a beautiful summer's eve at Camp Wakakiki. As you, camp counselors, sit around a burning fire. The acoustic guitar's last strum sounds, and you each finish your harmonies as you look amongst each other. Sitting with his best girl by his side is Billy Crimple, the high school jock. He's become one of the most popular men this summer, and the two of you look up to him. He's well-rounded, kind, generous, and can throw a mean football. Next to him is Teddy Worcester, the nerdy, geeky one who tends to lead craft time. But he's been pretty good to you as well. Evelyn Pitt, the quiet seamstress, sits there knitting a cross on her small little pillowcase. And Jenny comes back from the woods to sit by Billy Crimple. The two of you are joining as well, being camp counselors. Who are you this fine summer's eve?
My name's Sean Urban. Some people call me a bit of a freak because I listen to Nirvana, pretty much nothing but, and I don't know. I don't really buy into all of the camp stuff, but my mom made me take this job, so I guess I'm gonna have to be a camp counselor. It's not so bad though.
And it hasn't been. For almost the entire summer, you've been comfortable with these people, calling them friends. The children are now all nestled in their bunk beds. You've had quite a tale of campfire glory, and now just the camp counselors are sitting around. And what about you?
Yeah, my name's Vinny, and I'm like a mechanic. I'm a mechanic at school. I'm like a car guy. And yeah, so like I could pretty much fix anything with a motor, but like, you know, kids, they call me like a greaser, but I don't really, whatever, that's cool, whatever. I do have grease in my hair because I got grease in my hands. It's just who I am. But you know, I got caught with, like, you know, some grass, man, you know. So
Yeah.
this is like my summer. I got to do this for the summer. This is like my whatever what do you call it, like summer
Community service.
That's the one.
Teddy Worcester, who's been a bit timid, sort of sits forward and says, did you say grass? I don't think that's allowed, guys.
It's not here, man. It's not here. It's like that's why I'm here.
Hey,
It's not I didn't bring it.
there's nothing wrong with a little bit of grass. I mean,
Guys, listen, if you read page 65 of the Camp Counselor's Handbook, it specifically states illegal substances are not warranted or wanted on site. I'm just, guys, I don't want to be uncomfortable.
What's your name again, man?
Teddy Worcester. We've been in chess club all summer. What are you talking about?
Look, this is what I'm saying, Teddy. Just because I said the word grass doesn't mean I've got grass on me.
Evelyn.
Oh, I've got grass.
Evelyn looks up from her knitting needle and she says,
"Awesome, Sean.
You have grass, Sean?"
Yeah, I do. I mean, I brought some out because, I mean, you guys are cool guys. I don't really know too many people. I haven't made too many friends, but like, I don't know. I
Billy,
think you guys are cool, and I thought I'd share some with you.
Billy, you're head counselor, and Billy Crimple, who's making out with Jenny, basically turns to you guys and says, "Listen, guys, it's not a big deal. Teddy, Evelyn, if you don't want to participate in a little bit of grass smoking, you don't need to. But Jenny and I, and Chad, and out walks a guy with a flipped collar and super groomed blonde hair, Chad Pennington, who is arguably the richest counselor you've ever met. He's not the head counselor like Billy Crimple, but he's definitely one of the more respected and wealthy of the counselors. Walks out and he says, guys, are you talking about smoking grass? Because I'm in for that. And he walks over and he holds a lighter out in front of you, Doobie. Sean.
Righteous.
Vinny. Or Sean.
Whoever has the doob.
Righteous. Yeah, let me just roll this up here. All right. Well, let me just.
Now, in the background, is there like a generator running in the background?
No, you guys are off. We're off in the woods a little bit now.
Okay.
Again, all the camp kids have gone to sleep. This is one of the last days of summer. Tomorrow, all the kids are being picked up, and this is when the camp counselors let loose a little bit. They reminisce about the evenings and stuff like that.
That was a fucking cool summer. Actually, you know what, guys? I'll be honest with you. I will be totally 100% honest with all of you right here, right now. I actually had Sean. You keep it down, man.
I'm sorry, man.
It was your first time smoking a dude, man.
I'm sorry. You try it, man.
Yeah. Okay, here.
Good.
Next.
And Chad
My
Pennington
point
takes it and says, Vinny, listen, I understand. But you know what I'm most surprised about this entire summer? I'm surprised we didn't run into him at all. And he hands it to Billy, and Billy says, oh, shit, I totally forgot about him. And Evelyn looks up from her needlework and says, him who? Oh.
Yeah, and Vinny's like, yeah, him who? What the fuck are you talking about, Chad?
I forgot.
Chad, I look at Sean.
Chad, you should tell them. Yeah, should I tell them, eh? Well, I don't think you guys remember, but this campsite used to be, well, do you remember the Wildwood Massacre of '82?
Fuck, man, yeah. That was like the year after I was born. That's like total urban legend. You know what I'm saying?
I think I heard something about it.
What's it called again?
Well, and Chad sort of stands up at the front of the fire, and Evelyn sort of looks scared, as does Teddy, and says, Teddy and Evelyn haven't been here as long, so I think we can tell them the story. Now, Sean, you remember it just as well, and I think, Vinny, you do too. This is your third week. What was the guy's name again? What was the killer's name? And he turns to you, Vinny, and he says, Vinny, what was his name again?
It's on the tip of my tongue, man. It's I know you, Steels. That was it. Steels. What? No, that was his last name. Steels.
Yeah, Steels is his last name.
Sean, you remember his
Randy Steels. Randy
that's
motherfucking
right.
Steels. I mean, like,
That's right.
who would have thought that a man named Randy could?
That's right, guys. And Chad holds up his hand. He's like, that's right. It was Randy Steels. It was the summer of '82, and it was right around here. Vinny.
Sorry, that weed just hit me, man.
That is good stuff. Yeah.
And he walks over to the fire, and his face gets illuminated. It was the summer of '82. This all used to be foresting area where they cut down big logs. But in the winter, they'd shut it down. Well, the following summer, after '81, when it was meant to open back up, the company went out of business. But they didn't tell their most profitable worker, Randy Steele, so he showed up, left his home down south, came all the way up here to work for the logging company, only to find the place abandoned.
Yeah, actually, that's right. My dad.
And Billy's like, Vinny, let Chad tell the story, man. It's okay, Billy. I'm just saying, he camped right here on this site. But Vinny, you know what happened after that. He camped here all summer long, but then the people started harassing him. Why was that?
Well, but like I was going to say, my dad worked for the companies up here as a mechanic. They let everybody go, and this guy Randy was the only guy that came back up. And the thing is, he was pissed off that, like, the company shut down. Nobody told him. He came all the way up from, like, fucking, I don't know, like Huxley,
West
fucking
Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah,
That's right.
West
Yeah,
Virginia.
he was a softwood guy, right?
He was an ignorant farmer.
Yeah. Anyways, this guy comes up, and because he's here, he decides, well, fuck it. I'm staying here all fucking summer. So sure enough, like, you know, kids that are coming to camp, and this guy Randy's just a total creeper.
That's right. That's
like,
right, Vinny.
Total creeper.
That's right.
Like spying on.
And Evelyn's sort of getting a bit nervous, and Jenny's sort of like leaning into Billy, and Teddy is sort of like, what happened then, Chad? Well, so as Vinny was saying, people started getting a really weird vibe from Randy. They kind of thought, you know, this guy living off in the woods, not really coming to town that much, what's he getting up to? What's he eating? Turned out he was hunting a lot of local wildlife, deer, things like that. But around here,
not even that.
Vinny,
like dogs and shit were missing.
And so Chad turns to you and he's like, Vinny, listen.
Dude, man, it's the weed. I'm sorry. I just get talking. You know?
All the stuff he was hunting started to run out a little bit. Ultimately, he was catching deer, he was catching rabbits, and Vinny's right. He started catching dogs, cats, and he started getting hungrier. Some say it was kind of the worms in the meat he was eating that sort of twisted his brain. But, well, Sean, you know what happened next. You tell it.
Yeah. It was a teenager. A girl by the name of Sandra. She went missing. The townsfolk thought, well, it's pretty obvious where she went. So they caught up with Randy, tried to get him to confess that he'd done something to Sandra. Should I keep going?
Well,
gruesome,
I don't know. Evelyn's getting a bit scared, and Evelyn sort of like stopped her needlework, and she's like looking up, and she's like, no, that's fine.
And Vinny kind of gets up and crosses the fire, and he sits next to is it Sandra?
No,
Evelyn. Evelyn, and he sits next to Evelyn. He's like, "It's all right, my little Catholic bunny," and he puts his arm around her. It's all
she just
good. I'm here to protect you.
She just tenses up.
So I don't know if you want to finish from there, Chad. But,
no, Sean, go ahead.
Well, so the townsfolk, they pretty much surround Randy. They get him in a spot where he can't run away. Catch him hunting one day, actually. They demand.
Where did they catch him? Says Teddy.
Right down by the lagoon. The lagoon that the kids were just swimming in earlier today.
You mean Parker's Creek Lagoon?
Parker's Creek Lagoon. Not very one. So they catch him. And they decide that they're going to try to, get this information out of him. And I run my hand through my black hair. And, they had some very interesting tactics. They put him underwater. They bashed in his toes. They did everything that they possibly could to the man, and he didn't say a thing about Sandra's whereabouts or what he did to them.
You ever seen like Frankenstein the movie? How would he chase him down and he freak him out and shit? It was like that. They wouldn't let the guy go, bashing his fucking toes and shit. That's crazy.
All right, Vinny. Chad, what happened next? Sean has it right. They took the guy down to Parker's Creek Lagoon, drowned him, broke his toes, just in case he got away, bashed his skull in. They say that deep down, there's red sand at the bottom of Parker's Lagoon, stained with the blood of Randy Steels. But that's not the truly scary thing about the story. And he sort of leans close to the fire and he says, see, that was 82. 2 years later, they started construction on this here camp because the logging company never opened up again. They say back in these woods, there's the old remnants of the logging facility and where Randy Steels camped. They never actually found his campsite. They ended up finding him while he was hunting one day. And what happened to Sandra? Well, do you want to tell them, Sean?
Yeah, I do. It's the craziest thing, actually. So a couple years went by, and eventually a couple other hunters were out in the area looking for some grouse, and they find Sandra. They found her in a creek. And after the autopsy, they found that she'd just fallen, hit her head off a rock, maybe was succumbed to some hypothermia. No foul play involved.
So, that's where the story ends, apparently. But that's not where it ended. They started building the campsite. Once it started up, first summer here went off without a hitch, save the camper that went missing. Cole.
Sorry, guys. I'm still getting text messages back home, The boys want to take apart a new Charger.
Cole Kale.
Shut the fuck up, boys.
Cole Kale was a young kid in 85 that went missing. Now, some people suspect that maybe he just went wandering off in the woods and maybe ended up in the same fate as Sandra, but myself and Billy and Jenny and Sarah, who's not here right now, I think we all believe that Randy Steels came back. This was only last year. What does he want? Well, Vinny, you tell it better than anybody else.
Well, what does he want? The even more important part of this story here is not exactly what he wants. I'll have to get to that. But I'll tell you, when the police, they found that girl's body. What was her name again?
Sandra.
When they found her body, they went and talked to a bunch of the townspeople who confessed to what had happened. They dragged that lagoon. And do you think they ever found a body? Nothing. Not a skull, not a leg, not a broken toe. Fuck, man. Now, what does he want? I know, it's pretty quiet here. What does he want? Well, he figures, in my mind, if he gonna die for some missing girl, well, he might as well make some people go missing. That's why every year we gotta keep an eye on these kids, man, because, I mean, this is my first year doing this, but I've heard people go missing every year. And usually it's one of the camp counselors, because they're the ones that are, like, you know, in charge and shit. I mean, I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a mechanic, you know?
I've heard the same thing.
Hey, Chad, says Billy. Tell him the really scary part. And Evelyn's already shaking, and Teddy's sort of pushing up his glasses. Well, since it's the last night of camp, there's a tradition we have around here. You can't go home until you take one last dip in Parker's Creek Lagoon. And it's mandatory. Brah! Wait. Sarah jumps out from behind and jumps on the start of the fire. Brah! And Evelyn and Teddy jump out of their skin. Oh God. Sarah, where were you?
Biggie jumps too.
And Sarah, this long-haired brunette, sort of says, it was Chad getting you guys with the Steele story. Randy Steele's. The guy living in the woods, all scary. Come on, guys, let's go skinny dipping. And Billy stands up, and Jenny's like, whew, are we really going to do this again this year?
Yeah, I'll go skinny dipping. I don't see why not. I mean, it'll be fun, right?
Well, Teddy says, I mean, isn't, how do you can't make somebody go skinny.
Come on, Teddy, come on. You aren't scared of some old...
Look, I understand. I think it's interesting of you guys, and I'm happy that you had a bit of fun here. But I'm tired, and I don't really need to prove anything.
Teddy.
Oh, come on, Teddy.
Are you concerned about
Teddy? We do it every year. And Chad pipes up and says, well, you know, Teddy's not wrong to be afraid this year. It is the anniversary of his death. Just happens to be that it falls on the same night as our skinny dip. Every other year, it's usually a few weeks before or a few weeks after, but...
Yeah. And not to mention, it's a full moon. I mean, I'm going to be out there with my background, with my heritage. I mean, there's a lot of hair that comes out when I get this shirt off.
And Sarah walks over to you. Evelyn? And Sarah walks over to you and punches you and says, oh, Vinny, you're so fucking charming. Yeah, I'm going skinny dipping too, and maybe I'll show you something you've been looking to see all summer long, Vinny.
Yeah, you talk about hair on me.
Hey, and she slaps you. Why the fuck? And she walks over to Sean and says, don't you be looking at what I'm doing neither. And she walks around and sits next to the two of you and says, so Teddy, Evelyn, come on. And they look at each other, and Teddy's like, no, I don't think I'm going to. And Billy kind of is like, dudes. And Chad stops everybody and says, look, Teddy, if you don't want to go, you don't have to go. I'm just joking. It's not mandatory. No one here wants to make you feel uncomfortable. Evelyn, are you not going to go either? And she kind of just, you guys can head back, hit the hay. Jenny, Billy, are you guys in? And they sort of look at each other. Well, I don't know. I also was promised something the last night in town, if you know what I mean. And she sort of giggles, and the two of them sort of lean on each other, and Chad's like, all right, well, maybe it's just the four of us then. I'm in. Sarah, you're in. Sean, Vinny.
Why not? Three is company, four is a crowd.
Sure, it's a beautiful night. I mean, I don't know why not.
All right, let's do this.
Why not?
And Chad picks up a big log from the fire, thin enough to hold at one end, but with a nice big torch on one end, and says, all right, guys, do you know the way to Parker's Creek Lagoon?
And
This is my first year working here. I just know the story.
I hop off the big boulder, and without saying a word, I just kind of begin walking in the direction.
Nice. And we start all walking through the woods as Billy and Jenny sort of hang back, and you can hear them making out sounds by the fire, and penis entering vagina sounds. Yeah.
Wait, is that elephants fucking?
And they begin their thing as Teddy and Evelyn head back to the sort of the main campground. And the main campground is sort of made up as a large mess area, a big open grass with all these individual huts. There's a large kitchen building. There's the camp counselor's office, which is where you guys sort of do your
like spotlights attached to trees. I'm picturing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like cool lighting.
And it borders
cedar.
just the waterfront, where a long dock sort of lets out to the main lake.
And there's a full moon.
There is. It's beautiful. And as the four of you begin walking through the woods in the warm
remind me,
summer
who are the
air,
four, please?
So you have Chad Pennington, you have Sarah Paulson, Calder. Sarah Calder are with you, and then the two of you. I'm gonna post these names in the chat so everybody can read them.
Perfect. John and...
So Billy Crimple is sort of the hey dude, and he's with Jenny Burke. Teddy Worcester and Evelyn Pitt are sort of the and they went back to the house. Chad Pennington and Sarah Calder are the two that are with you right now.
Sweet.
Thank you.
The four of you, the four of you are moving through the dark woods. It's a beautiful summer night. The heat permeates through the trees, but it doesn't feel humid. It's just this beautiful warmth that envelops you as you walk through the night. And about halfway there, you start getting this feeling of uncomfortableness. Even though you've done this before, Sean, and even though you know the story is relatively fictitious as far as you know, there's something odd about tonight.
Guys, like, isn't it kind of goopy, like going in a lagoon? Like, I don't want to get like fucking, like weeds and like dirt on my junk and shit. Like, I don't know. Like, can we just say we did? It'd be cool. We'll just say we did,
What, are you fucking scared, Vinny? Says Sarah, and she kind of punches you on the arm. Well, you don't want to see me
Sarah.
naked?
I never said that, Sarah. I never said that. I'm just saying, like, gotta get in the lagoon, or can we just like get naked near the lagoon?
Guys, you know the way it is. If you want to be part of the team next year, you got to go into the lagoon, especially you, Vinny.
Look. I didn't get to say it at the campfire. I was working up to it, but then you got to the whole story. But I had a lot of fun this year, guys. I'm gonna be back next year. You guys are a cool group. The kids are cool. You know what I'm saying? This is cool. This is a cool summer thing to do. I'll be back.
I don't know. I think it's a bit cliche myself.
Yeah, but Sean, you've done it for like 6 years. What the fuck, man? You should come back. You're wiki. You got the weed, man.
Well, I don't know.
Look.
We'll see about that. Going off to college soon, so getting into one of the big smart guy schools. All this reading, I guess, and I hold up the Republic. Which
That's like the most cliche smart guy, deep thinker book. Guys, I'm reading The Republic. It's by Plato. It is definitely one of his most interesting works.
Is it Plato or Plato?
No,
Plato.
It's Plato. That's the...
Oh, no, it is Plato. You're right.
There you go.
Alex, you're wrong.
Well, I thought it was written by Plato. That's why. I never heard the book.
That's the joke! Oh my god. Anyway, you are walking towards the lagoon. The flame from Chad's leading torch is flicking off the trees and casting crimson shadows against the beautiful bright moon in the sky as you walk with uneasiness towards. And as you take steps towards the lagoon, you begin feeling a sense of unease. But Sarah seems unfazed almost entirely. She's a bit of a wild card, Vinny, and you've been playing at her pretty damn hard.
Damn right. Man, that girl's got a fine...
sense of responsibility. And as you exit the trees, you open to a large pond. It's a lagoon. There are low-hanging willow trees that sort of drag across the top of the water. And in the moonlight, it's almost, the torch is unneeded, and Chad puts it out. And all of a sudden, you're in front of this beautiful area. This mist is rolling in from the trees as the willows creak over. The large open area reflects the blue of the moon, and you're sort of illuminated in this glow.
You know, this is actually pretty cool, Vinny says. I say, Vinny always refers to himself in third person.
And Sarah already begins stripping.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And Vinny starts like getting his shit off. He's like, but keeping an eye on what everybody else is doing. He doesn't want to be too fast, doesn't want to be too slow.
And Chad's sort of like slowly undressing. He's kind of like, guys, let's be level-headed and responsible about this, okay? If we hear anything or anyone comes up and scares us, let's just get out of here. There's no sense in being heroes, okay?
No, it's all good. I've done this enough times. I'm just gonna keep watch, to be honest, and read my book and keep the weed dry.
Sean, if you don't want to come swimming, you don't have to.
Actually, he's got a good point. If we put all our clothes with Sean, then nobody can come up and steal our clothes and make us have to go back in the nude.
Chad, you know me. I've done this before. I'll do it again, sure, but I figure I could be better used as a watch, you know?
As a watch. Fair enough. Slowly, Chad undresses before you, Sean. His penis is relatively average sized. It's neither long nor small.
Relatively average.
Yeah, it's important to mention.
But we've all got huge dicks. So
I didn't want him to be, you're a sturdy dick guy, so I had to make it clear. So, the very the Sarah begins sort of dancing, flirting at you, Vinny, putting her sort of goods on parade, as it were. Being very flirtatious, a bit promiscuous even, as she sort of wades into the water. Don't look, Vinny. And she
But in the moonlight, there's like some like really artistic visualizations here. There's like side boob and like side butt and like full butt in the full moon. It's like really good cinematic, really beautiful good, stuff here.
Really good,
really
beautiful,
great,
perfect
beautiful stuff
It's
here.
the best.
Beautiful. And meanwhile, Vinny's like, I'm coming in, man. Yeah, it's all cool. And he's getting undressed, and he's got a smaller penis. You know, it's not that big of a deal. He's not ashamed of it. He's proud of it. He's a grower, not a shower. But he's covered from head to toe in like thick, black, curly Italian hair. You know what I'm saying? Italian hair, legs and all. So off he goes, and into the water he dips, and he kind of goes a little chasing and frolicking with Sarah.
Okay, so Vinny, you begin sort of wading out, and Sarah's sort of laughing, and she's sort of splashing a little bit in the moonlight, and Chad sort of wades in, sort of walking back and forth, and he's kind of like, it's a bit chilly in here. And he sort of goes down and starts swimming long strokes deep into the pond as you begin sort of humming, and he does this sort of backstroke. And Sean, you're sitting on the bank, and you're reading from Plato. And what are you thinking as you're sort of watching this? Yeah, Plato. Paul made a good joke about that.
Plato. I've got my book open. I've got the lighter on, and I'm squinting kind of to see the light. And I'm a little bit jumpy tonight. And every now and then I look over my shoulder into the darkness, and there's just a shot of just my face up close, looking into the woods that we came from. And I don't see anything, so I turn back and I keep on reading. And every now and then I look up.
And Sarah is sort of into the middle of the lagoon, sort of right into the middle.
And Vinny's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna catch you, Sarah. And he's like, kind of like, not a good swimmer, you can tell, but he's like really trying to be impressive. So he's like, I'm coming for you, Sarah. This is crazy. The water temperature's perfect. This is awesome. I can't figure out what voice I'm doing anymore.
And Sarah is getting way out into the middle, and she's kind of like, oh, it's really deep here, Vinny. I can almost touch the bottom. And she sort of goes under a little bit, and after a second she comes back up. Oh, and you can kind of see her cleavage sort of just rising on the top of the water. And then she heads down, and her head comes back up after a second. Oh, whew. And Chad is sort of swimming out there too. And Chad is sort of going over close to a willow tree under a darkened area behind him. Sort of behind him there's long, tall grass. And all of a sudden you realize it's very silent. Chad is sort of wading in this water about to his chest, the dark to his back. And Sarah is sort of floating in the center of the water. And Vinny, what are you doing?
Vinny swims right up to Sarah. Sarah? I can't remember the names. Yeah, Sarah. And he's like, you know, they never found that body. You know what I'm thinking? Thinking they'll never find our bodies. If you know what I'm saying.
And she sort of laughs and she
scoops in, and they start making out in the water, kind of doing this sexy little water makeout sesh, and they're floating around and getting.
As you do that, a rustling comes behind Chad, and he sort of turns around to the side of the water, and you notice it too, Vinny, and Sarah notices it too, and the three of you turn and towards this dark willow tree, this dark area of land behind Chad, and he sort of looks up, his eyes adjusting into the dark, and a raccoon crawls out. And he sort of laughs. Oh, that scared me for a second.
Oh, that totally scared me.
And Sarah's like, oh, that scared me too. Did that scare you, Sean? I don't know why she has a voice like that all of a sudden. And Sean, as you look up, you feel a hatchet slam down into your face from behind. The warm blood begins pouring down your cracked skull. You can feel the wet of your eyes as Plato's book begins dotted with blood, and you hear a scream in your last moments alive as Sarah's scream echoes out over the entire night, and your open pages now wet with blood, you fall over dead onto the shore, the sand and your blood leaching out. Vinny, what do?
What? Oh my God! I fucking start screaming, and I push away from Sarah, and I start swimming towards Chad and towards.
Chad is freaking out, and he's coming towards you. He's like, "Oh my God!" And out from behind the dead body of Sean walks a massive creature, a man with black hair, long and wet, his skin rotting in the moonlight. He stands with a hatchet. He pulls it out of the dead body of Sean, and he begins walking into the water towards you.
And I turn around and I swim towards Sarah. I'm sorry, it was just a reaction. And I grab her and I start swimming with her. He's walking into the water towards us?
He's walking towards you into the water.
Yeah, so I grab her and I swim towards Chad, which is like the other side towards the willow tree, where he saw the raccoon.
And as he begins wading into the water, the three of you start panicking and moving backwards to the far side of the lagoon. And Teddy, you drop Evelyn off at her bunk, and she sort of turns to you and nods and says, thank you, Teddy. Do you like my what I've been working on? And she shows you, and it's sort of a very plain cross in like a
oh Evelyn, it's beautiful. Would you crochet something for me?
Oh, of course, Teddy. You've been so nice to me all summer long.
I mean, it's the least I can do. Well, I guess this is good night.
Well, no, of course. I mean, well, I mean, if you wanted, well, Teddy, I think you're really...
And I grab her and I kiss her.
And you feel her sort of dry lips, like sort of tight and like not...
Gives me kind of like weird butterflies.
Flashbacks. And sort of kisses you with like not really knowing how to kiss, and she sort of makes an effort, and then she kind of sits back and, oh, Teddy, your glasses smudged my face.
Sorry, they're all fogged up.
No, it's fine. And she runs into her up the little steps, and she sort of stops and at the door, and she sort of turns back and says, Teddy, I just want you to know this is the best summer I've ever had. And she shuts the door and leaves you standing in the dark.
I take a few steps back, kind of mesmerized, a little awestruck, and after my glasses are wiped off, I put them back on. And I put my head down and I start walking back, and I'm smiling and shaking my head side to side, thinking about it. And I get halfway to the boys' bunk.
Give me a logic roll.
Okay. Oh. Success.
You hear in the distance a scream. A female scream echoes through the night. And it stops you in your tracks.
Oh, that's weird. And I start walking towards it.
And it's from the direction of the woods that you remember Chad and Sarah and Vinny and Sean heading into.
And I look at the bunk, and then I look back at the path leading to the creek, and then I look towards the bunk where all of the who is there anybody else here? Is there like a ranger or like an elder counselor? Or?
No, Chad is pretty old. Like he's 21 or something like that. He's given a fair amount of responsibility at Camp Wakakaki, and he is sort of the leader.
And I listen intently. I don't hear anything for a bit, and then I shake my head and I'm thinking, you know what, those guys, they're probably just joking around down by the water. There's probably nothing again.
You hear a few other screams in the distance after a moment. Just
I have my hand on the door handle for the boys' bunk as I hear the next set of screams. I say, fine, okay. All right. And the thought of Randy Steels is going through my mind over and over. Okay, what should I do? And I go into the bunk, and I just beeline it for the fireplace. I grab a fire poker, and okay, I'm neurotic. I'm a neurotic asshole, but why not? And then I make my way out of the bunk towards the water.
And you begin walking towards the lagoon, which is fair distance through the woods, but you have to pass the fireplace on the way, which is nice. Chad, Sarah, and Vinny are now frantically paddling across the water to the far side as Randy Steels, the large, monstrous creature, is walking through. In the blue moonlight, you see the blood from his axe from Sean's dead body drip into the water and begin leaking as you see the water staining. And you begin moving away frantically. But he's relatively fast. It's almost like the water gives him no sort of reflection. Any sort of like negative. I can't think of the word. Roll a dexterity, everybody.
Dexterity.
Oh.
My roll is dexterity.
Failure.
I roll a fail in dexterity.
Okay.
Ultimate fail.
Everybody fails then. Oh, sorry, not Sarah. So Sarah makes it to the other side pretty good. She's, oh, Vinny, you gotta understand. I like you, but, and then she runs off into the woods.
Yo, but Sarah, like, I'm just, I totally get it. Totally. And he starts running in his own direction of the woods.
And yeah, you make it to the edge of the woods and you begin running into it, and Chad sort of follows you. And he starts, the two of you are sort of running through the woods, and After a fair amount of distance, you lose the sight of the lagoon, and you're sort of surrounded by darkness and out of breath. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, what the fuck was that? Was that Randy Steele's?
Serious? No, that's the fucking thing we just made up. That's not even fucking real. That's
no, man, listen. I've been here for a long time. That was not a made-up story. I mean, yeah, we sort of fabricated elements to make it seem a little scarier, but no, man.
I always thought my dad was fucking with me.
No, they did it. Listen, they killed a guy in that fucking pond, and we were just swimming in it.
No, he didn't want me to go to camp, and that's why he said he didn't want me to go to camp because it was too expensive.
Listen, we need to get back to camp. Snap out of it. Listen, do you know which direction it is? I got turned around. Give me a logic roll, Vinny.
Logically rolling a failure.
Okay, I think this is the way.
No. I passed. Sorry.
Okay, so you know the direction of camp, and the two of you start walking.
Yeah. Like the moon's there, and it hasn't been that long. It's got to be this way.
But you ran a fair distance away, and as you sort of start walking back to the woods, yeah, I think this is the right direction.
But like we have to go back towards where we came, kind of like from where we ran. This is fucked. I don't want to head back that way.
Listen, the waterfront is this way. Let's just hit the waterfront, and we'll head that way. And you begin walking in the direction that Chad recommends.
Why do we separate from Sarah?
And after a minute or so, you come to the beachfront against the large lake that the camp borders. Okay, all right. I think we're good here. I think maybe if we just follow the water back, we can.
Yeah. Chad. This has got to be a practical joke, man. This, like, Bill. Sean's gonna come back tomorrow.
Who's that? And you turn around, and behind you, there's a figure standing in the moonlight in silhouette. Hey, Sarah? Chad yells out.
Billy.
No, I don't think that's Billy. And the figure begins walking towards you. And in the moonlight, you see the glistening of the axe in its hand.
What the fuck?
Run!
This is totally fucked. Should we split? Let's split!
And Chad follows you, and you both start... Oh, yeah, let's do that. You split. Roll dexterity, and he'll roll dexterity.
I fucking failed.
Oh, but Chad got worse. So Chad...
Trip on, like... There's, like...
No, you're fine. Do you take the trees, or do you take the waterfront?
Trees.
So Chad sticks to the waterfront, and you run off into the trees. And as you do, you see Randy Steele's continuing along the waterfront, walking after him. And as you sort of witness as you turn back, you see him fall behind a rock, and you see the large hatchet come down and swing over and over as you hear Chad screaming in the moonlight.
Oh my God.
His hands reaching up to the sky as pieces of his fingers get hacked off with each swing, and his arm falling, and eventually you just see his head fall back from the rock as Randy Steele grabs the hair on Chad's head and hacks off his head and takes it and throws it at you into the woods. And you turn around
and fucking run.
And you run.
And I scream too.
And Teddy, as you approach the fire that you had left, you see Billy and Jenny sort of on top of each other, and they look up. Yo, man, we're like right in the middle of something. And the three of you hear a scream.
I think there's something wrong. I hear screaming. I don't think it's a joke.
What do you mean it's a joke? What are you talking about?
I don't think it's a joke. The guys that went down to the water, Sarah, Chad, Sean, and Vinny, they all went down to the water, and they're just screaming. You hear that, right?
You're freaking out, man. Listen, there's nothing wrong with anything. Just go to bed or whatever you were gonna do.
Fuck you! No, I'm not fucking going to bed. You gotta get something. And I like reach and I grab like a big heavy branch and I pass it to him. I say, get up! Get up! We gotta go help them. I think there's something wrong.
And Billy stands up. Did you just say fuck me?
Okay, fine. Just fucking
Teddy.
Just keep fucking.
You are awesome, dude. Fucking A. I've been waiting all summer long for you to grow some fucking balls, man. And you just did. High five me.
I don't think this is the time.
And you high five him. And just in that moment, Vinny bursts through the trees.
Vinny,
Oh my god.
where's everybody?
It's not even a fucking joke. They killed fucking Sean. And they killed fucking Chad. And I don't even know where Sarah is. It's not a fucking joke. We need to get fucking out of here. We need to get out of here. We need to warn the kids. We need to wake everybody up. Were you guys fucking?
And he's like, yeah, Vinny, listen, you need to fucking chill.
Fucking Randy's on my ass right now. He's fucking chopped Chad's head off. This is fucked, man. You guys are fucked. You're not
Is that why I heard all the screaming?
Yes. That we are not joking around. We're not joking, Teddy. Fucking pull out your cross and start praying. Because I swear to God.
Do a charisma. I want to see a charisma roll for this.
Mm-hmm.
Me?
Because I'm kind of on your side, but seeing you okay, but not okay.
I fail hard.
Listen, okay, all right. There's something wrong, but I don't think we should alert the kids just yet, okay? I think maybe we have to be smart about this.
No, we gotta get everybody out of here right now, man. You think I'm the type of person to fuck around? I'm not the type of person to fuck around. I'm telling you, we gotta get the fuck
Listen,
out of
Vinny,
here.
you gotta
right now.
You gotta calm down, Vinny. Billy
Just came out of nowhere.
Help me calm him down. He's going crazy.
Vinny, roll a dexterity.
It's a failure.
As Vinny is panicking in front of you, he stops. And Vinny, describe what happens next, as you know what's happening.
As I'm saying this, blood starts to spurt from my mouth. And from behind me stands up a long, dark-haired, tall, angry-looking, fucking decrepit, decomposing beast of some sort. And
he pulls the axe from your back as you fall forward.
Sound coming out of my back. As I flop forward and land on the ground in front of you three.
Run!
And everybody screams, and Billy's like, oh! And he like lets go of Jenny, and he begins running back towards the sheds. Jenny, what do you do?
I stand up and I fucking run, and I run the opposite direction of Billy and Teddy.
And Teddy, where do you run?
I run straight towards the girls' cabin where Evelyn is.
Okay, perfect. So you all sort of go in different directions. Jenny, you'd be running sort of into the woods then. Is that what you're trying to go for?
Yeah. Am I naked?
No. She was like, just...
My skirts hiked up. We're like...
Exactly. And you begin running, and
being the camp counselor that I am, I've been in these woods a number of times. I know my way around. So I immediately head towards the area, and I do a double back, and I know the direction I'm going, and I head also towards the girls' cabin where Evelyn is going, and where Evelyn is in order to warn her.
Yeah. Okay.
And also I know that Sarah's not dead because what's his name? Vinny just told me. So I also call Sarah, and I'm like running around. Sarah, get back to the girls' cabin. Sarah.
So then Jenny and Teddy are sort of running side by side. As Teddy, you're heading towards Evelyn's cabin, and Jenny is there too. And the two of you approach Evelyn's cabin pretty quickly. And do you knock? Do you just burst in?
I knock.
That's so polite.
And I come up and I open the door. Ted, just get inside. And I shut the door behind me and I lock it. There's like a big fucking
help her pull something in front of it.
Perfect. And just again, Billy ran into the woods almost, just to clarify.
Wake up the kids. Just don't wake up the kids. They don't need to know yet. They should we wake up the kids? Do we wake up the kids? I don't think we should wake up the kids.
No.
I think
No. Let them sleep, okay?
And
there's a ranger's tower not too far from here. if we can get a hold of the ranger, then maybe he'll come and help us. But we if we wake up the kids, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have a bunch of kids.
Okay.
You hear a creaking on the porch outside, and everything goes quiet. Evelyn, who was lying in a bunk, sort of sits up in her like long nightie and says, "Oh, Jenny, what are you?"
I scramble across the room.
Teddy,
Okay.
Teddy, I kissed you.
Evelyn,
and she sort of stands up.
Evelyn, fuck up.
Teddy, I kissed you, and I wasn't saying that you
Evelyn,
should
shut
come
the
into
fuck
my
up.
room.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
Evelyn,
Don't tell me to shut the fuck up.
we're gonna try to explain, okay? There is a madman in the woods.
It's Randy Steele. It's Randy Steele.
It doesn't matter who it is. There's a man with an axe, and he's killing us
fucking Randy Steele. It's
one by
fucking
one.
Randy Steele.
So we need to protect the kids.
Teddy,
We need to contact the police. Or
I don't
the
find
ranger.
this funny. I think that
It's not a joke.
I'm not that type of person. I'm not the
Evelyn?
type of person to joke.
I'm not joking either.
Jenny, you know what?
I know you have your thoughts about Billy. I don't care. I know you have your thoughts.
It's not just about Billy. It's also about you.
This is not a joke. This is not a joke. And she's crying.
Evelyn,
and she's like panicking.
Evelyn, I love you. I've loved you
Listen
ever since the first day that I met you. I would not joke to you about
You know,
something
Teddy,
so horrible.
he wouldn't joke. He wouldn't joke about something like this.
Roll
Please.
a social or empathy, whichever you like.
Empathy, I'll do. I think he's kind of empathetic. Oh, a 1.
I fail both.
I succeed with a 1.
Okay. You do this.
I love you. I really do, Evelyn. I know it deep down. And I want you to be safe. That's all I want. But we need to be smart. We need to contact the ranger. And we need to get out of here. We need to get help.
Fine, Teddy. Fine. I don't know what to make of all this, but I trust you. And she walks over to the back door and opens it to the night air. Are you coming?
Yeah.
Evelyn, maybe we went around this the wrong way. Maybe you stay here. Make sure the girls are okay. We will go.
Jenny,
Get help.
and she walks out into the night.
Okay, let's go. Let's go, Jenny. Let's all stick together, okay? And I pass her like another poker from the fireplace.
And as you go to the back door, it slams.
As we leave the back door,
No, before you can leave the cabin.
Jenny is inside.
The two of you are. Jenny and Teddy are in the cabin.
It slams.
Yeah. And Evelyn sort of walks back up and you hear, guys! And she's at the back door and you see her through sort of the screen of the back door. I'm like, why is this door stuck?
Evelyn, you need to run. You need to run. Jenny, see if you can find another way out.
And you hear a smash. And
try to
turning
open the
around,
door.
you hear a smash from the front door. And you turn around and you see an arm reaching in the front door and moving the furniture that you've piled loosely in front of it.
What the fuck? And I try to open the back door.
And you're trying, and you can see Evelyn like trying to pull it from the inside, and you can see you guys trying to push it. And
Is she inside with us? I'm confused.
No, she left
she's outside.
the cabin.
She's outside and the door just closed?
The door
She was
just
able to open
closed.
The door,
door
and it
just closed. Door just closed.
It was like some sort of fucking emergency door.
And I look to Jenny, and I look to this thing that's just easily pushing the dresser aside, and I see it reach around to pull the deadbolt lock.
And then within an instant, it begins walking into the room, and you see him as the light flickers in the cabin, and he walks slowly towards you.
But before he does that, I wanted to do a quick logic roll and see if there's any... Are there any weapons in here?
No. It is completely a dead end. You don't see anything. No, there is a big... Sorry, with the two, you do see a big pole, big metal pole next to you. And he begins walking towards you as the light in the cabin is flickering. And you see Evelyn's eyes look at you, Teddy. Like, Teddy, I love you.
Evelyn, you need to run now. And I'm trying the door still. You need to run. Just get out. Just get out. Just go to the Rangers Tower. There will be a gun there. If the Ranger's not there, there will be a gun.
And you pick up the pole.
Grabs the pole.
Yeah.
And she's like, and she screams, "Get the fuck out!" And she starts smacking. And
you do. You smash him, and blood starts. And he picks you up by the neck and lifts you. And in your hand, he crushes your skull in front of Teddy as Evelyn screams on the other side of the door, and blood starts painting down on her face. And Teddy, you're just covered in blood as you're looking at Evelyn, and Evelyn sees the axe swing down and smash over and over into your back as you say you love her. Your eyeball squishes against the glass in the mirrors. Your face squishes down, and she just screams bloody murder. And
meanwhile, all the girls in the cabin wake up, scream, and leave without any issue.
Billy and Sarah bump into each other in the dark.
Ooh. Billy, Sarah, you're okay.
You're okay.
Where's Teddy and
you've seen him. You've seen Chad. You saw him.
You are deeper in the woods than you've ever been before. And you're deeper in the woods than you've ever been before, and you realize for the first time that you stopped in sort of a clearing, and turning to your right, you see a large, ancient logging building, one that you've never seen before.
Maybe there's a weapon in there. I forgot I had an accent, but I don't know what it is. Let's go in there. Come on, there might be a weapon there. What do you want? To punch him?
I forget how I spoke.
Wake the fuck up!
Billy talked like this, man.
That's right. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is fucked, Sarah. I'm totally scared. I'm shocked. I don't know. I've just been walking.
The two of you walk into the ancient logging building, and it seems abandoned for many years. The rusty beams high above are sort of crooked and bending with the weight of the wet wood. You see sort of small objects in the corner strewn about, but you also see sort of a hatch in the floor that's sort of half open.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
There might be something down here.
Sarah, this is his. Fucking
yeah, I know it's his fucking house, but it doesn't matter. We need something that we could fight with.
He's real, and he grabs Sarah by the shoulders. This is fucking real. This is actually happening.
I slap him. Will you snap the fuck out of it, Billy?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. And I reach down and I open up the hatch. That's kind of happening.
A slew of dust sort of fills the air as you descend the crooked, wet steps of the basement, and you see a small home that would have survived many years ago. You see a small cot in the corner, and in one of the edges, you see lit candles flickering dimly in the stone walls.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I blow all the candles out.
What are you doing?
Have you ever seen the Friday the 13th films? This is like some sort of fucking thing that keeps him alive. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. This is fucked up, man. This is totally fucked up.
Is there any kind of weapon down here? Does he keep an arsenal of weapons down here?
And you hear a groan from the floorboards above you.
Oh, shit.
No. Sarah.
Hide. And I run and I hide behind some drapes that are hung from the walls, tattered drapes.
And then there's a lighter, which is used, or matches, which are used to light the candles. And I'm like, this is the only way we're gonna do this, Sarah. And I light the match, and I light some of the wood and some other flammable material on fire, hoping that if we burn the building, he'll go.
And
I
you
step
see
back out
him
from behind the drapes, and I nod and I say, "Yeah, let's take this motherfucker down."
And you see him approach the top of the stairs, this hulking figure dripping wet blood from his hatchet as he stares down the wet steps. The fire begins burning around you, and he just reaches down and shuts the door on you as you're burning.
Oh no.
and you feel a heavy thing slide on the door.
You fucking piece of shit.
As the two of you are consumed by flames, and your skin and flesh begin melting in the moonlight, and you feel in your last moments alive, you smell burning hair and flesh.
And I hug Sarah.
And the two of you die a grisly death.
Melt together.
Evelyn, you are standing at the front entrance to the ranger's hut in your nightgown. You stand gingerly holding some sort of weapon after watching Teddy's face brutally be destroyed.
I don't have a weapon. I have my cross, the one that I crochet.
And you hear a rustling of trees, and behind you, you see Ricky Steele.
And I try to open the door to the ranger's hut.
And it is locked.
Okay.
Ricky Steele, what are you doing?
Walking, killing, murder, burning, crushing, killing,
Art in heaven,
eating.
hallowed be thy name. And I run towards the side window, and I look inside, and I look over my shoulder, and I glance back inside, and do I see a shotgun sitting on a table across?
Yeah, it's the ranger's hut.
In the moonlight. So I look back, and he's only about 20 feet away from me now, just getting out of the tree line. Amen, I say, as I take my nightgown and I bunch it up around my shoulder, and I smash the window beside the door.
You have to use your crocheting thing to do it.
I do it. I do it.
Perfect. And it rips the cross in your crochet.
And
I reach around, and I fumble for unlocking the door. Come on. Come on.
So I pound on the door with my mighty strength.
Oh, well, I'm still outside.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
not
outside
yet.
the door?
Yeah.
Oh,
you're walking pretty damn slow, Ricky Steele.
Yeah, I do walk slow. I'm a slow walker. In my mind, I'm like, these fucking people, they broke my fucking toes. They tried to kill me. I'm gonna kill all of their children. Every fucking person that comes up to this campsite, I'm gonna kill them. They just fucking, they tried to kill me. I did nothing wrong. All I did was work for long hours. And that fucking girl, she went swimming, and I told her not to.
Evelyn, you jump into the room, and you fall in, broken glass everywhere, and you stand up to see the shotgun on the wall.
And I run towards it, and I grab it, and my heart sinks as I realize I have no idea how to use it. I've seen my dad use guns before, but I've never actually paid attention. I always thought that they were gruesome things, a tool for killing. And a tear starts to roll down my cheek. So the door is open, and in the moonlight I see Randy Steele's rather, step into the threshold, blocking most of the moonlight.
I start pounding on the door. Boom!
As it shatters and splinters.
With every one, it starts to splinter even more. And I'm saying to myself, all I needed was money for my kids. My kids. They were dying of starvation at home. I came up here for work. All I needed was money. And those fucking villagers, they killed me. They took away my kids' lives. All I needed was this job. And the door splinters open.
Evelyn sits down on the ground as the weight or the strength in her legs leaves her, and the shotgun clatters to the side. And she watches, tears in her eyes, as Randy walks up to her. And Randy stands in the broken doorway. And she waits and just makes eye contact with him.
I step forward. I lurch forward. Axe in my hand. And I look into the eyes of the young girl before me. And suddenly, it all rushes back to me. The kids. The people in the village. Everybody. And I look at my hand with my axe in it. And I realize, I'm the monster that has become who I never wanted to become. And I look out the window.
I'm sorry about what happened to you. You didn't hurt that girl. Those people hurt you and tortured you, and it wasn't your fault. You didn't even touch Sandra.
And I turn around and I scream and throw my arms up in the air and run and leap out the front door, over the railing, over the ladder, 100 feet to the rocks below as my face explodes on the rock and tree and brush below.
And Evelyn stands above the bluffs, her nightgown blowing in the breeze, and she looks down at your mangled corpse, and she thinks, perhaps I should feel pity, for it wasn't his fault. But he fucking killed Teddy. He deserved to die. And then she walks away from the bluffs.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking a trip with us to the Tales from the Brood. 3 stories, each contributed by Trevor Toth, Michael Kessler, and David Johns, 3 members of the Broodlings, our community on the INVICTUS stream. We hope you've enjoyed this tale of terror, a dealing with a magic entity, dealings with the ignorant farmers, and the dealings with creature from beyond. I hope you had a fantastic night, and give yourselves a round of applause.
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This was, of course, Tales from the Brood, a series which is probably going to continue, because this was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
So much different pace to do 3 one-shot hours than 1 3-shot game.
Yeah, I think it really mixes it up. I feel like I've been down here for days.
Right? It does feel very long, though, doesn't it? Yeah. By the 3rd one, it's like, whoa, okay, this is. But you guys did so good, and
I think so. You too, Harlan.
You guys were awesome.
I think we all did. It's really
yeah.
interesting in a game to get to be a PC and an NPC. And a GM. Like, that's a really weird dynamic.
And that last system, that we planned all of this out very, very, very well. But that system, like, whether or not it was planned,
it was definitely not planned. I really like that. Because I was like, originally, well, just to let the audience know what sort of was an idea. Originally, I was thinking if we weren't going to do this anthology series tonight, if you guys weren't up to it, I would just do one long killer game with more interesting story, but have you guys switch characters that way. So I had thought about doing that, but I honestly totally forgot about it until we were running, and I was kind of like, man. Because you know what it was? The community was like, who's going to die? Sean or Sarah? Sean or Sarah? I'm like, I got to kill somebody else. I was like, oh, perfect. We'll kill one of them, and then you'll just... And I really like, in this killer format, of like switching between those characters. Yeah. Because I thought that was a really neat... and if it was a full 3-hour game, it probably would have been really cool, too.
Yeah. Probably would have been able to flesh.
I enjoyed all of the input from everybody on the Discord chat. So thank you.
Yeah, so much good
everybody.
Stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, it's no end game tonight because we have Trevor, Michael Kessler, and David Johns that won basically the 3 XP for tonight.
But you know what?
But it was so much
I think we should do this again, and so everybody knows.
I like it. I like the anthology series, and I like the Tales from the Brood because it sort of involves you guys, ideas that you have, and now going forward, it's going to be even better because next time we post for suggestions, they'll know what we're doing. You know what I mean? Next time I'm like, we're doing a Tales from the Brood this weekend or this Wednesday. What do you guys think of? And then you can pitch some really cool ideas because this was just off the cuff stuff.
Yeah, and I think that format, I would have loved, I'm just going to say this, I would have loved to do, I know there were some suggestions for different systems. Kids on Bikes was one. Yeah. I would have loved to, but you know what, when we will. I think
we will. The thing is,
explore some different systems.
It's funny because I was talking to Dustin about this, and we love the suggestions for systems, but truly
it's difficult.
Yeah, well, with polls like that, with polls like that, all we really want are like ideas for stories, not systems, because there's no way we're going to be able to learn a system on like Wednesday.
But that's not to put them down. I guess what I'm getting at is that I enjoy the ideas for systems, but in a week's time, it's not going to happen.
Well, the reason I only distinguish is, there is going to be a time for sure when we post and we're like, what system recommendations do you have? And that will definitely be a spot for them.
So now that you guys have an idea, our next Tales from the Brood, keep this in mind, is just going to be ideas and not system ideas.
Yeah. Tales from the Brood.
Oh, and we took a lot of liberties with the suggestions that you made.
Well, they were just one-line suggestions anyway. I mean, what would we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I almost did a steampunk pirate, and I almost did a space cowboy. Those were both.
I almost did a sci-fi instead. I was like, ooh, that would be next time maybe. I like the variance in like I love the idea that we went from like kids playing with a magic lamp to us in An Ignorant Farmer to like camp counselors in the 80s. Like I like that.
It felt very fresh. The whole
It did. It was very good.
And I don't know together. They all had kind of moral type.
They did.
They endings. Yeah.
And just like the real trilogy of terror.
For the viewers, it would be. I think it's worth it to say where some of this inspiration came from. Obviously, Twilight Zone was kind of like the whole basis, but also the Trilogy of Terrors.
Oh yeah, Trilogy of Terror.
I think there's more than one video on
There's
that.
two.
I think Trilogy of Terrors.
Well, the original is the Karen Black one with the little mini creature.
Yeah, that voodoo doll thing.
Yeah.
But I think there's more than just those Trilogy of Terrors. I think there's a subgenre of movies that have these kind of urban legend mini vignettes in them. So
yeah,
that might be something to discuss on the.
Well, I always like the Twilight Zone movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I also like
the episodes.
Yeah, well, I like the beginning of the Twilight Zone movie with Dan Aykroyd and Albert Brooks when they're like, "Do you want to see something really scary?" That's like one of my favorite scenes. I love like really good lines in movies. It's like one of my favorite things. Honestly, when I'm watching a movie and a really good line comes, I'm like, this is where the movie is about to end. Because like you can always tell.
Here's that.
Well, actually, I just saw a movie.
Really good line.
I just saw a movie which I highly recommend called 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
That's up for an Oscar.
Hi. It's really good. And like I knew it was going to end because the line was so good. And that line in Twilight Zone when they're like, he's like, do you want to see something really scary? It's the last line of the movie, and it's one of the first lines in the movie, and it's so perfect. But anyway, I don't know what we're talking about. Thank you so much for hanging out. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic evening and a fantastic weekend if we don't see you. That is it from us. As my good friend Alex always likes to say,
we will see you around the table.
We will see you around the table, guys. Good night.
A new one.